Chicago. You all know. They say they in the start BAB. Broken English, tree, Ghana, everything goes. And so
French.
yeah. I have my team ready. I have the beautiful killer queen and the political guru. Hey, and then the wonderful. Mommy, Charlie, what they go on? What they go on, guys? Charlie, what they go on?
Black, we did. DC day, everything be fine. Joe Biden passed signed the law, and people are beginning to get their checks. So,
Oh, it's hey,
yes.
Kitty, you got your own.
Oh, I'm going to get
So, people, you guys know, every Sunday we bring you MaKaaMaKa. We MaKaaMaKa too. Today I won't go broken and treat and things like that because we're trying to get everybody on board so that everybody will. I mean, we are creating a big family. So, if you can speak tree, broken, good English, Charlie, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what we are Ghanaians. Ghanaians, we are the way we were formed. No, we were put together with different materials. We have the gun, the tree, the ewe, the awuza. I mean, when it comes to religion, too, you get the Muslim, Christian, the traditionalists. I mean, everybody. We are one Ghana people. So today I decided to do more of a pidgin type of conversational point and things like that. Where my princess or my queen also go there and give you the treat and the brofo. Alfred in Kwan dear, hey, on the below brofo. So Charlie, I beg, we go start the show pretty soon, but I want make you tell me how your day, I mean your week and things like that. Pretty queen is looking, Charlie, smash it, Charlie, with the kente bow on the side. Charlie, you guys check out. Alfred today in corner, if he professor, you see in tables and things like that. When they come to politics, yeah. Yeah. Alfred is set up there, Charlie, at the bab. Too much. So, Charlie, Alfred, tell me, Charlie, how you own your setup be too professional, man?
Black, it be you where you tell me make I put all this together. So make you don't make I talk about you. It's all your fault. But it be good. You set me up right. So my lighting is good. We'll get my queen, looking shinier than even me soon. So
that's right. So Charlie, guys, we go dive in.
So you Black, you set Alfred up. And you
that's
never
right. That's right.
You see discrimination.
Yeah, yeah. I support that. We for balance that.
So we go dive into our today's program. Charlie, when you come on board, share the page because we want you guys to be part of it. Like the page, follow us, share the page. Let our video be on your platform so that somebody will do your platform will see what we do. I beg. My name is Royalblackjesus, aka RBJ. Where I have my queen over there, Cutty queen, the political queen. I beg. Somebody they make noise for the I'm on for, but it's okay. I'm on for that too, but we did. So we go start the show. We go play our team music. Please share the page. We want numbers on this platform so that people will hear what they go on because there's a lot that is going on that we want to bring on board. The whole week, we pile everything together, then we bring it every Sunday from 1 to 3:30 Chicago time. That is maybe in Washington another time it's going to be different, but it's about 2.5 hour show. All right, so share the page. Let's have some fun today.
The creator. MaKaaMaKa. Royalblackjesus diaba. MaKaaMaKa. Entertainment and sports, MaKaaMaKa. I say politics, MaKaaMaKa. Royalblackjesus. Assembly safwa, bie assembly puno. Sane pia de kami, ekome ya kotokumi. Eko me ya mi segbe. You want love fake hanye. MaKaaMaKa. Royalblackjesus diaba. MaKaaMaKa. All the trending issues. MaKaaMaKa. I say politics. MaKaaMaKa. Entertainment and sports. MaKaaMaKa. RBJ diaba. Where you full from cry. Asemi safwa. Yeah, asemi puno. Sa semno ba. Yeah, beka. Senye betino. Sa pepe na ye beka no. MaKaaMaKa. Akesane kwetewo. Wabayuye no ni wona je no na ke. Wabayuye no ni wona je no na ke. Say your politics RBJ beka. Obeka, sports RBJ Beka, Obeka, entertainment to RBJ Beka, Obeka, trending issues RBJ Beka, Obeka, MaKaaMaKa, Yediabao, Yebeka, MaKaaMaKa, Yediabao, Yebeka, Royalblackjesus, Yabao, Yebeka, Royalblackjesus, Yabao, Yebeka, Assembly Safwa, Bia Assembly Puno, Sane Pia de Kami, Eko me ya kotokumi, Eko me ya mi segbe, you want love fake hanye, MaKaaMaKa, Royalblackjesus, Yabao, MaKaaMaKa, all the trending issues, MaKaaMaKa, I say politics, MaKaaMaKa, entertainment and sports, MaKaaMaKa.
Yes, MaKaaMaKa. That is true. Yeah, Ghana Fontine Beka. The ex will Ghana be Beka. There were, I mean, around the world, see Beka. Now it be trendy. Yes, see Beka. Yeah, dream. What me from Waba, what me from say is a entertainment. You can take it the way you want it. Today, like I said, no, your yes style baby. You become tree, you become broken, you become brofu, you become the can be a job back on board behind you become. If you are comfortable with that alone, yeah, feel free and have some conversation with us. And then my name is team. Beba board now ya di incomobibre. Let me welcome my team again. I have these beautiful, amazing people that I work with. I mean, we work together. Cutty Queen and Alfred Amuzu. Big bosses and my queens. What they go on, Charlie? Media today I won't go broken. So if I'm broken there, I won't go PG like one. So you guys be free and do what you want to do. MaKaaMaKa show. Welcome on board, guys.
Oh, thank you. The week has been so
Thank you,
amazing.
Black.
There is a lot going on. And there is a lot to talk about. Like I said, it's been an amazing week. Now, you know what actually got me so excited this week is I saw my boss dancing with the wife on Instagram. Just say it was fantasizing. I forgive me the English. It was fantaboota. It was it was amazing. Hey, do you know? I didn't know that black or moves is out. But you know what? Girls to get move. Empress was challenging him. Shit. I was like, man, that is how we do it on MaKaaMaKa show. Challenging and I mean, because they won't go for video, and they don't video. But you know, the week has been so amazing. We thank God for the lives of our fans. And then I say every time they come to watch us, we thank them so much. But all I want to say is just get some popcorn, get some water or juice, and just stay tuned and stay glued to your seat.
Yep. So Alfred.
Yes, sir.
Charlie, you looking. Hey.
Well, today they do my talk serious. I see so.
So Alfred, Charlie, I'll be the week. I know say today your team they play. I mean, so you are a little bit you cry, you are shaking. I know say you go win, but most of the time no. West Ham they worry you guys, but I know say the quality of players that you guys have no. I believe say you guys can win the game. So Charlie, I'll be the weekend. What do we have on board? Or what do you want to tell your fans before we get into the the main dish?
Oh, Black, my week has been good. You know, as an accountant, this is my cocoa season, so I'm getting to file a lot of business taxes. If you have a S corporation or a partnership, your tax is due by Monday. So I've been busy doing that and researching, watching, following the presidents both in the United States and in Ghana. You know, hanging with the family, barbecuing through the week because the weather was good here, and looking forward to seeing pretty cutie queen today. And I'm not disappointed. You see the dressing alone. That alone is one of the reasons I'm always here every weekend.
Hey,
So, and I'm sure there are a lot of fans out there who are there to see Pretty Queen, Cutie Queen as well. But before you do that, you sit here and listen to me the whole time. So, Jesus, yeah, that is all I want to say before we jump into the program. I have a lot to do because the president actually went to Parliament in fulfillment of Article 67 of the Ghanaian Constitution, which requires him to come and give the state of the nation. He did that. We'll be getting into the details of that today. Also, in fulfilling the things outlined in that state of the nation, which is the vision of the president, the caretaker minister of finance came and delivered the president's budget. So those two things we'll be looking at today. So much in there. We are discussing the Ghana project, which is the Ghana agenda, pretty much how the president intends to build our country going forward. So it's what I'll be presenting today, and I hope if you haven't already done so, please share the link, tell a friend to tell a friend. Blackjesus and the team are seated, and we are ready to go.
That's right. So let's start with you guys know what we always start with trending issues and things like that. And I know Cutie Queen, she's ready. She make ready, say she go let things go and things like that. And then later on we'll fuse in with our political issues and things like that, where Alfred will be the man to give us what is going on. And already has given us the hint that some 1400 be papai papai left and right, maybe. All right. So, Killer Queen, what do you have for us already for trending issues?
Oh, there's been a lot. And then my baby, so last week, I'm sorry, we were actually talking about a video. Nayas was on an interview now. Councillor Luttrell, that's the name I'm looking for. Councillor Luttrell was actually also there, and there was a little chaos, a little misunderstanding, a little here and there, back and forth. So before we actually dive into the issues, let's go and play the video and see what exactly happened on that particular interview.
All right. Well, let's do that.
No, I am some fun council. Anytime you have any opportunity here, no, for no reason. What is the meaning of that? No, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong.
Right. It's not by force. Your statement is right.
It's wrong. Who snap a BM Casabia? Neighbor Pie say, Ebia Minia Bay. Now, worry and answer na bravo beconim. But would you rather they be so destroy Nipa? Who can do destroy Nipa for what? Say, Upan, so I can't just have a bon comment. I know where you are you my husband? And I will be bushing. And some would you? Yes, some no, don't talk like that. Or baby, I'm sorry, a man. No, you talk to any woman like Sonia Open. I don't know, yes, sir.
I'm only addressing an issue that it is nice to say.
And some fools will boost you and you cry to the end to a answer. But can't no opportunity to radio and a TV. No, what is the meaning of that?
Those lie by saying it's a book. That which
and some fool crown or catch them. Who you will be on Cabin to Ernest for say, Ernest, I won't walk with your more bar. Who call radio swap? And one I have for. I walk 1 hour, Madame Father, and I will foot to be a frame in a wound. Ah, foot to be a dancing, I won't shame. So not the proper you supposed to call me or phone so and I said, what do you mean share? Now who have foot to be a wet to buy my radio so I'm a good man. Son, I'm in Pennis. Are you my own way? I'm a bush. We are a bush. We are a bush. Yana. Attention, Sana. We are attention. We are no can answer. Again, still my wife will be good. Again, some other when I'm
All right.
No,
so I think we
just watched, right? For the sake of Alfred, let me just give a little background. And to the and say Nayas had a problem with a singer or a musician called what's his name again? Bring his name Black.
Ernesto Poku.
Call Ernesto Poku. And a time came where Ernesto Poku was having a live show, and Nayas actually went there with King, so Pakushino. And then it was a whole lot of things because on any saying, yeah, and no man discuss something for you to. I mean, it was a whole lot of things. And
Wow.
I think that the past is past and gone. These two people have moved on with their life. Nayas, Aqua Kowari, and Ernesto Poku to who knows what he's doing on the side. But according to certain every time Biano Bestia Nayas no or try to Obe bring up this particular issue. And tell Nayas and Ernesto Poku for what he actually did to Ernesto Poku. And Nayas is saying that Ernesto Poku any apology. So why is that every time Bia comes to Abishia Biano, not or the Ernesto Poku ask them over? It's past and you want to forget about it, let it go. So have you told Ernest to also come and apologize to her? Why is it that it always has to be her? So that is why she's mad. And even at the interview, she actually said because it got to a point, I think she's fed up with it. So that's the video that we just saw. I don't know your view. I don't know what Black has, but let me go with you first. What do you think about this video?
Yeah, I mean, I think, she needed to set things straight. She doesn't want that to continue. So it just happened. It's just unfortunately that it's happening on live TV or live radio program. It probably should have happened in the back end so that everybody understands each other. But yeah, it's good. It's good that the opportunity presented itself for her to put a stop to that.
Right. Black, what do you think about this whole? I know I asked for you.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this before, and
yeah,
I've already said that the man have a problem. There's a lot of things that he says that make sense, but you have to know how to package your words. You understand? So, and the funny thing is that these two people have moved on. You understand?
Exactly,
We're talking about issue that it has been like what, 3 years, 4 years,
almost.
and they've moved on.
3.
Ernest is doing what he's doing, and then Nayas is doing what she's doing. I mean, she's married, she's happy. Why do you want to bring Nayas past, especially on national TV or national radio, when you guys meet on the same platform? I mean, it doesn't make sense. So for me, I think Lutro. Listen, I think it's about time for somebody to check him right. And I think Nayas did what Nayas. I support what Nayas did, and I'm happy that she corrected him right then and then. Yeah, that's my opinion on that. What do you think?
So I actually agree with the both of you. I feel like sometimes natural Lucho so they grow too much. You know, sometimes yeah, when we say you want people to hear you, you want to be famous, you want to be out there. But when it comes to two people who are married, I said you have to be very, very careful. Edu baby or kaya say na ya sawari, you're not
Yeah,
supposed to say
they wanted a cheap something like that.
exactly. And you'll be an person or living a lavishing life. And I know be an person or yeah, a lavishing things. And I was saying this on my status today. If you have the money and you want to do it, fine. Other people have money, but they don't want to go all out, They don't want to sell themselves out there. They don't want people to know what it is. And kakrabi or metimiya, they just do it and they just mind their own business. And don't compare her marriage to anybody's in your mind, or don't bring her past into her future, because everybody have their past. And that is why she said, even you in your marriage, Crampono, Niama Bia, unfoldy, and she also hosts shows. So she can go sit down there and talk about your marriage. But maturity will not allow her to do that because it is your marriage. So I feel like Pastor Luther should know his boundaries. You can talk about anything, just like I said last week. And it makes sense. You can talk about anything, but eliminate people's marriage. You go forward, and their past is their past. Let it stay in their past.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you are right on that. You are very right on that. The Lutro need to package his words very well. He's doing too much, and it seems like, and this is what I always say. The people where they give him that platform, it be the people where me are worried about, because even though they are making that numbers, you are losing that respect as a platform. You understand? If you are giving people platforms where they are not using the platform very well to educate the mass and things like that, in a way, your platform, people will respect your platform. I mean, when you look at, there is a lot of platforms that when they call you there now, you feel like, man, what do? But a platform where people will talk about people issues, marital issues, and bring their past and trying to make numbers and trying to make views and things like that, it's very disgraceful, for real.
Right.
It's not my style. Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with both of you 100%. So our next story, this story got me so angry, like so angry. And I don't know what is going on in this, or what's going on in this man's mind. But last week, yet he said Papa Bia Kunere. But before that, there was, marital abuse or and so many things. So this is the man that we are showing right there. That's the man right there. And Black, if you can put the woman, I think she was wearing white.
White,
if you can also put the woman side by side with the man.
With the man.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the lady. A very beautiful lady. Very, very beautiful lady. Papa etimi ekunu ama ayayayasa. But before we dive into it, show video now. Tama obo no man nimu half nina aye red no. Let's go and take a look at it, and then after that we'll talk about it. If it is good, say, and my an abusive relationship, or is good for us to work out whether there are kids or no kids. That will be the topic on this particular video.
I don't think, my dear, that I have that video. But I have a video that what's the name? Fias Nigga is saying something. So if you have the video, you can show it to me, and then we can show that video.
Oh, okay. I actually sent all to you, but I will resend it again.
Okay.
Let me just send it now. Okay.
Okay.
I sent it to you.
So that's the video.
And I'm going to send you another one where the brother was talking about, the abusive relationship or the abusive marriage that she was actually in. Yep.
Wow. Woo, this is
ridiculous.
sad. You know.
It's very, very sad. It's
All
very,
right,
very sad.
let's watch the video and then Alfred, Alfred counselor. All right.
Yep. So I think there was no voice.
There's no
There
voice,
was no
right?
voice. So
Yeah.
that's the video of the lady. Yeah. Papaya Timi Abonosa. Look at this beautiful, beautiful lady that we showed. Now show the way Papa we
And I heard the man is well to do man, pal.
You know, I heard so Okakodi in the class. So a lawyer said, "Say, oh, Okakodi in it. You know, yeah, police should release. You know, you don't worry. Let me let you show the video."
All right, that's the other video that the brother. I mean, the brother or you or Abrocho. I think so, Abrocho.
I think so, but when I don't know, the video didn't actually talk about that, but I still think so too.
All right, so let's listen to what the brother said.
Sure.
Court. Free court. But answer no. Many Lillian Dejoy many ni abema and twetwem komo. Na
So credit to is it Angel FM? Angel FM did the interview, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, so we give credit to them for them bringing this audio out.
It's Adom 106.3.
Oh, Adom. Okay. All right.
bisa ne nsem ba komienu. Hans ewa homa no so. Hans otemenka.
No, morning master, me on kapa.
Ati saying.
Na me adum. Everything now so.
I know. Yedi kan ye nyina ye nhedin. Ye nhedin. Lillian unia penny ana wona ye penny.
Me pacho ono no ye penny.
Ono ye penny.
No responsibility na abeda me so.
Mo ye sen eno no mo ye sen.
Emba mienu ene embema miensa.
Emma mienu ena mema miensa. Lillian ye firstborn.
Pacho.
Ena wudi ho.
Pacho.
Now Hannah was start worrying.
Me Ghana and share Bema no worry. In fact, me share Bema no back when me Ghana no somewhere me misleading information because I don't have the accurate dates, but a year early 2000s more if I'm not mistaken. Which then no omoba Bema odi kind cry a friend Clark. I wish we film Clark a film, but the never tema edi share me. But I'm Chibia na me feel cool no more.
Sister na ya dia oni no onu din komo ana woni ni din komo.
Me ni din komo papa.
And sana ye beko nkomo now how close you guys were no. So we share Facebook uhunu video of Lillian. One video of bruises on nanim ni adie nyina atum say nani ba ko aye black shot. Nani ba ko aye black shot. Hans, this is not for you, it's for my listeners. Share me on Facebook. Me tinu say bia wo no say won so beti am share Facebook. We are streaming pictures and videos of your late sister. Facebook. Ba ko so a share na ta defita kama. Ba ko so atade kokko. Very beautiful woman. How close were you, Hans?
Very close, I must say, because Oyobia na just me tinenka I try 2-3 days. Me wa going to even send me be me thread of messages every morning, she said they share motivational and preachy messages. On all platforms, you know, or sending me a message every morning. Saturday, and the message amba. until me crown na me drive it, and I was wondering, say, other than the Manti Minia Banka. And prior to that, na only made you be in confidence. Meaning say, Nyoma be a cost will fear any. Until no, me papa cry a friend, so I should reach out to her. That was a couple of days before. But now on person be shame into one country me asema is here on the first match. But me aware say more media and money this here on the first match.
My parents tiase.
But I was saying
my parents tiase. O ma me ne papa nyina tiase.
Me pacho mommy na any hosisia.
Okay.
But papa ewo ho. And their course will court in Adina no hobby. But just so we do not share any information that might derail or cause any damage to the court proceedings. And I decided to say on Casa. But many years close. 2019 August about London Ebeshrami. On any Bambi Kimberly, any Kelly, on your mobile London Ebeshrami.
And come on, na onimu edi efano na wadiyem. What do you know about Awariana? What's the start of
First of all, no, I would make it very clear to the public there. I'm only forced to withhold certain information because I serve no court.
Okay.
But like the evidence that is out there now will be any and Amuzu videos are Adom TV. Moshe, me share videos you cannot be.
In fact, a bit of Facebook as I speak with you, you're streaming videos no Facebook.
Me share na me ra because me who say me nyana bre na nkoma oni me di and they are made to me I share out to the public among me who say e idea no owo atiti mu e wa wari no mu na idea we na yese eye isuande ma yin na domestic violence na yin jai sa jai menka o yin jai aware ko sa e we de e wukunu na ko enkola nti, and this is all what has led to what has happened. Nti kakra meka ne say me minua no na nya de ade ni ji e wa aware no na like I said in due time the court proceedings ni ko enim kakra me want to sure say I will bring that also out. But for now, no, I have to withhold it.
Hans, now when himself she was in an abusive marriage. Was there any point would two says? I mean, walk away.
Yes,
leave.
I did that. I did that, and that was barely 3 weeks ago. That was barely 3 weeks ago. I did that.
Hans.
Of Freya, in fact, me na me Freya, you know Freya because Papa Freya me say Freya uni ana na chiche no re na or how mu na meaning say woni no na mo ye close pa nti wo dia woni ne kasakra e be chiche no re kakra na me fa phone na me friend na eja me ne twetwe nkomo say ni mu to say na o ka chere me so ti say dia oba London na o sha ti so o ka chere me o hawa o femu na wa im sisi ade things have gone downhill crowd to me say sisi ade nkoyi na heading so mano oba ware for osan kutankola. You know, this is not just something obey to me if fiti keke so or sorry no so opeso otine ho crap na there's a procedure. You don't just walk away. But adweno ewo ni trim so no ankasa nipa no nim say it's not a healthy relationship. It's about time she walks out. Na me so make a trend say yimna ye Christopher nim say Bible kaseti awa eja ni ade. But at the same time, so no, I don't think say enu ntino betina sema sebi you do fu sama chese akoye de oho ntino mini aba se upese you who free our you me for aso And any command me in
Oh, and why be no the man?
And I'll catch me say.
All right. I think Kid Queen, we've seen where the story is heading. So my 2 cents I want to put in there is just that this is really BS for real. And that aspect, I want to say religion is a problem. Either say people doesn't understand the they have to understand. People have to understand certain things. Don't let religion blindfold your brain. Wow, this is a relationship that you can tell from day one say has a problem. But Christopher no, I mean one you might not get a better person in your life. And but I channel this to religion. Say, oh yeah, Christopher de yenja warrior, and I mean burning to me to me jai, but obema no kun, oba no kun. But because you don't talk and you are putting religion to cover the issue, it brings a problem. And this is the problem. The end of the problem is what we are seeing today. So obema no abuniri no akunu. Wow. And for me, I heard the story and I realized that I put the blame on religion, but at the same time I put the blame on the family. Because I think say Omubano will come and say, listen, I'm going through this and that and that, but they will not pay no mind, because of beer, Papa no musika. Because I heard say Akrano or ska, and ABR or they will not pay mind. They'll say, okay, we'll call on jai, but slowly, you are dying inside. There's a lot of issues. Relationship. There's abuse, serious abuse. It's not physical, but mentally abused. And I say it's a whole lot of things. People doesn't come out and say it because when they come out and say it, the community and I say the family that you are in, they don't understand. People say, oh, not here. But this is the result that you get in issues like that. This is exactly results that you will get in issues like that. And Empress, I mean, Kudu, you're a woman in a relationship. If something like that happened to you, I know that you're a Christian woman, you go to church, you do, but at the same time, no, when you're I don't think that with your pretty face like that, no, Obama be Abu, and I say, then you are still sitting down and saying, oh, me bananti, and I say, maybe the religious, me woman, yenja warrior. What do you think? Maybe I think, say, Obama, no, Obama, let me tell you, so Obama did the second one, and nothing there's no action towards it, no. He will continue because that person have paid or have sowed that seed, and then he will keep on watering the seed till like the profit is what we see.
Right. Right. Absolutely. I think I agree with you on that. Me in my marriage, that's the end of the marriage. Because for Obama to go to that extent, number one, unrespectful. Because for a man to respect you on training, also. So what this man did, regardless of marriage no more or not, this woman should have packed her things and leave.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you probably might not even need him to take care of the kids. And one is about pet and then market to everyone start to sell water. And at the end of the day, help will come. You get what I'm saying? And women are not supposed to subject ourselves to these men for them to treat us like that. We should let them know, say, we are women. We are the queens in our home. We are the princesses. We are the the Bible even says women are weaker vessels, okay?
Yeah.
And it's a man as the head of the house. if you can treat a vessel like this, I mean, what type of man are you? What kind of man are you portraying to the society? You get what I'm saying? And then I counselor be better you know, live shows no ka and uku ebo crack no uku chiti on you are no.
I heard. I mean, I had a video. Not a video. A photo. Empress, your sister put on social media and say,
Okay.
this is some of the religious BS bias. I mean, it doesn't make no sense. I'm telling you, when you go on social media on Facebook, people are bashing her. I mean, this Christian, so-called Christianity or so-called religious Christians, they are bashing her, saying, but truthfully, Masa, it doesn't work like that. And I mean, let's look at it the other way. It goes both ways. But the issues that he faces at home, no. I mean, verbal, you know, what do you call it? Say it again.
You talking about verbal abuse?
Verbal abuse, ninyama say nyama. At the end, no one say, Obama no numunsa, no young nyama bi, na vida waye basa. Obama so the other way around, no na otutunisa, no yes say. At the end, no, we'll get a result like what we had 2 or 3 days ago. And exactly. Me dear, I think say, I mean, it's always good to be religious and things like that. But you still have to use your common sense. Young people they are doing shit with say use it. So when say I dare win nyam mao, I dare win come mao. Now say now you think about say oh Mijaya, the community will not respect me, and as a Mijaya, people will look at me different. They let them look at you different. You are you because you want to be you.
Exactly.
People are living life for what the community will think or what the community will say or how people will relate to them. But they don't know, say, at the end, no, it's just you.
Exactly.
At the end, no, it's just you. Your mother will not be there. Your father will not be there. Your husband will not be there. Nobody will be there. It's just you.
Right.
So I always tell people that do you and make sure that the people around you will respect who you are.
Exactly.
But when you let you respect what the community will think of you, no, that means you are being fake. You are not you.
Exactly.
And a lot of marriages, you see a lot of marriages that you see say this is a toxic relationship, but they are still in there because they are thinking about what people would think about them.
What the society will think. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you are right, Black, because at the end of the day, this society, and just like we played the other video about, Naya's wedding and things like that, you don't have to please anybody. Because let me tell you, at the end of the day, 99% of these people you want to please, you don't know. Or they don't even know you personally. Or they are your neighbors you don't even talk to. Yeah. At the end of the day, please you can never live your life. And let me share this. My mom left her marriage, with 2 kids, myself and my brother. And now look at where we are. My brother is in Germany. I'm in the United States of America. I'm not saying every woman is like that. But at the end of the day, don't sit down. Okay, so who takes care of the kids?
That's right.
And from my brother, say, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like, and fortunately for her, she could have gotten support, from these people in order to take care of herself and the kids. So I strongly agree with you. At this point, I will just get out.
That's right.
But people, somebody was saying, at a point they get used to a Bruno, and listen, don't get used to things like this.
Yeah.
Things like this are very serious. It can lead you to your grave. I'm very sad, about what happened, but it's quite unfortunate, Abanisa. But to women out there, sisters like me, young girls like me, please, don't worry. No, so advise yourself and run for your life.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, we've seen a pastor, a reverend that killed Okuni wife.
Yep.
You know, because
Florida.
I mean, you can tell. And what I realized that those once that white wedding now, mu yɛ ne kɛseɛ ni nneɛma bebree nti no abuse bi bɛ mu kora na then they try to cover up so much say
Exactly.
it will not be a
I mean, black hair.
disgrace. Yes, it will
Yep.
not be a disgrace out there. But no na problem no. So oh yo
Yep.
bibi kitwe bi na I mean you don't want people to know about your relationship this time na. Say awareja ekra bama nobody know. I
Nobody
mean they
even
know
knows
says
who
another
married.
exactly. Wow, and you know, this is a problem. This is a problem. Young women and young men should learn. I mean, as a man, why do you have to stretch your hands and start beating your wife?
It's a no-no.
It doesn't make no sense. And
It's a no-no.
you can tell that this man have a problem from one who say me say me who say me papa bo mami da and I say mami about me. I didn't see that in my growing up. You know, why would I do such a thing? I would never do that. One
Yep.
and until when you see a man acting like that, and I say a woman acting the other way around, no, that is how they were brought up and things like that. But who need to be you have to start learning. You have to start finding yourself. And when you find yourself, the one who say, and I said, no, that is not the way to go. Then you correct the mistakes from the past to now. And, you know, to me, I don't know. I really don't know. This will not be the first, and this is not going to be the last. It's going to happen again, and we'll sit here and talk about it. But what I'm trying to say that most relationships, you know, are like a religious relationship, and that's a wedding, the pastors have a lot of influence, so they should start changing the narrative and saying, say, listen, ukona obema buwa, fioko mamiho. Go to your family house. There are some certain things you have to do. And but pastors will come and beg, and then you sit there and you get whooped. You beg, and it's you know. They should change the game plan. I want them to change the game plan. Yeah. All right.
And I think, sir, I kind of say, I hope, sir, Ghana police and the government will actually deal with this situation.
I think they are working on
it. Because one of the lawyers, your friend is a lawyer Ifadate, said they should allow the man because of Kwako di or Hini Ewoni Kromu. A man who has committed a crime. Say America, okay, a first degree murder.
Listen, Ghana is one of the. I mean, it's a lawless country, man, for real.
It's ridiculous.
Listen, when this man have money, money can do everything. He will walk away free. Because already, you know, my historian said, yes, your phone was there, money, whatever. So they will, if money is involved, no, they will push it and push it and push it and push it and push it. No, case, no foolish case. I mean, we've seen it many times. We've seen it many times.
That's very sad. If this case become a foolish case, yeah, very sad. Because if Schwarzenegger crowd and know about it, I mean, a lot of celebrities are condemning this act.
Yeah.
You know, so if this case become a foolish case, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm sure some of us, you know, you're gonna cover the because this is a case that everybody. It's not like case be a check this is a case everybody knows. Just like employer everybody was talking about it, and at the end of the day, justice was served. It was served late, but it was served. And you know, say, case wait no it's really gonna worry a lot of people, and you know, some of us living outside, it's gonna be a little hard, you know, because then you don't have security. Even though Ghana Krampa, your security already free. What will people say? What will the government do? You know, so you sit back and then you think about all this. So I hope, say, you know, the government or the president or the police actually do something about it, because this is ridiculous. This shouldn't happen again at all.
Let's listen to what Efia said. Madam controversial.
Yeah, let's listen to
her. Bema otia ware bonimu. Yemfa ware enko heaven. Aware enye ticket to success. The cap the measure successful person our real income. And Snakwasi and Penny be home and you cool. Now what would that one? A drama now bono. And this is catchy enko woo. And then kwasi adochi enko woo. Me this ramo. Obiani wa ni before so no one to call the bodem. Obiani wa ni before time that day. No the real one it tree. Obiani wa timita wiem catch and walk kwasi and Penny. Who nyai. Bema wo didi watemo abuse you. Bema obey in sabo no one kwa obekum. Obo wone na se nkola ni ntu wotina ware ne ho a ubewu na wotewo na otwetwe ne kote si ede ne kotum kra na otwetwe ne kote master bed.
All right. If you just say only say once in a while, no, she will bring something out into for her to be out there, she's
but
like that.
Who said Asama Okai, it's very true. You said something, said the way of white weddings, any wedding near dear Obuha or Yema or B said any pan of jealous or Bo Hoswa.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do baby or to me. A fierce nigga is saying this because the real or no about how and how it was like me yeah you for free.
Yep.
And not knowing she was going through a whole lot until say about this acid issue you buy. We didn't even know what Efia was going through.
Yep.
Okay. I said in my I put a lot on my status anyways, but today I was saying something. Listen, don't look at anybody's wedding to do yours. Don't do any wedding tell you if you have the money, please do it and do it well. Fine. That is your one time. If you want to do it, that's okay. But listen, don't focus on anybody. Don't focus on social media publicity. Don't focus on anything. Live your life a private way. So what to be a in a private way, But I'm on a more serious note. People, what you said was very true.
That's true. Oh no. I mean, and yet also I say maybe the man have money and it happens in a neighborhood that say I think it happened was easily gonna be something. That's why the news is out there. But this have happened. Mommy, it has become an issue in Ghana.
Yeah.
And not Ghana. Abrochia Krano is a big issue. A big issue. We've seen people who you can tell that things are not going right, but move for society. Abuse there. Abuse is a problem. It's a disease. And how can we cure this disease? No, a dream because they need some people to sit them down and talk to them and things like that. A problem. Because why do you have to even right now? No life has says if I'm Papa say the law will work no. Life I say with all your money, your life I say. I mean what else? You do call jail someone for 15, 20 years. By the time we're back no. Now you are like 70 years old. Them you them part of it me. So that's what it is. Yeah. I know say Alfred Alfred, yeah. Let's take one or two from Alfred and then we'll bring him in for political issues. Then we'll dive in because and then we have about an hour and a half. And then the Alfred so over very quick am I real quick, but Alfred, before you come in with your political tell us about your intake because I know that you're also a marriage man. What do you think about this very incident that is going on in Ghana and as it happened now? Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, Black. So I in the strongest term condemn any man, putting a hand on their wife. Just think about it. If that was your sister, right? That a man is beating, how would you feel? So for me, I don't get it. If you don't, I mean, why would you beat your loved one? It's just I don't get it. So, but there's something fundamental, Black, which is the relationships we get into, right? What are you marrying for? Are these people compatible? Sometimes it's just because, like you said,
absolutely,
the man has a lot of money, but there's no compatibility there. Sometimes it's just because she's so cute, you know.
Yeah.
After the wedding, you're living with this person and all kinds of, and then you get to know the man. So I even encourage people before you say I do that you spend some time together.
Yeah.
Not necessarily living together, but I mean date for a while.
Yeah.
See your man angry, see your woman angry, see them happy, and see how they behave in those different stages, right?
Right.
Before you say you do. First, and if he's gonna beat you when you're married, he will start behaving in a way that signals that when you're in a relationship. Some are good in hiding that, but also the family, once the wedding is over, I mean, it doesn't end your responsibility to your loved ones, your daughter or your son. Still continue to engage, listen when they tell you things, follow up, and engage in conversations with both husband and wife all the time. So it's gonna sound like you are in their business, but be in their business.
Right.
We shouldn't stop, being in their business just because they are married. Because when you do that, then there are things that it could be just a visit of somebody from the family in the house would deter abuses. Like you wouldn't beat your wife in front of her mother,
Right.
So I think people should continue to engage in the family, even though they are now married. So Black, that's what I'll say. I'm totally against that, and the police and all this the court systems, I think should remain firm and discipline people who engage in such activities. If anybody is there abusing any innocent woman because they feel stronger, they're a man, and it goes to the women too, right? Because the abuse is not only physical, sometimes it's mental.
Right.
Sometimes it's if somebody is in a relationship abusing the other and there's a report, I think there should be an investigation and the perpetrator should be dealt with. So that's what I was. Yeah.
Alfred, you actually said something here. Let me ask this question. Do you think, say, from a man's perspective, okay? I will talk about a woman's perspective. What do you say? A man might be to meet your character is here for him say, do you think that will happen, or it's individual?
You say the character best here until they
right.
are married.
When they are courting, they say when they are in a relationship or courtship or something, can they hide characters like this? So say you do our do you think it can happen, or you see some traits whilst you are in the relationship?
Well, all I can say is, I mean, the situations are different depending on from people to people, right? But all I can say to that is, there's no knowing the person until you actually live with the person. When you and this person wakes up every morning, you get to pick up some habits because after a while they are themselves, right? Where all the guards, they lose all their guards. Sometimes people are propped up when they're in a relationship and they meet their girlfriend. You're happy to meet, you are spending that quality time, but when you have to live together, that is a different story. So a lot happens when you live together, and that is where I don't know if it's just the risk of you're living with this man and it didn't work out, so you have to go continue with your life, and it kind of is messy. Otherwise, it should be recommended that people live together before they even say I do.
So I think Killer Queen okay just came back. Good.
Yeah, I had a little bit of disconnection.
Right. So I think my 2 cents that I want to put in for that question that you put across now. It's just that most relationship that ends like that, they haven't been together. They are long distance relationship. What was that? Living with somebody, tells you bring another person out of the person. You understand? I hope you understand what I'm saying. Bring another character out of that person.
Right.
And but long distance relationship is always beautiful because because I mean words I can tell you everything that you want to hear.
Right.
But action is different from what you want to hear. You
Yeah.
understand? And so I'm not religious aware no different kakra no difficult because nipa no onnim no only in transfer only you see and you be cancel yes it's all words but the real character can hide somebody can hide the character be je wo ho obey the cancel pastors be who say leader church leaders be who say or your magic or your who ni suit that type of woman before your who that type of man before but along the line no who only about traffic
right
wow only traffic then you see the real person we've gone ya go school in Crawford ethnical all A's and all they are honor students
right
but along the line in life no you see them say what really happened it's the same thing we've seen a lot of people who are so rich and they are very smart and all that in background to me school uniform
right
but along the line you will grow up and then you meet them and say Charlie, what school now Charlie this guy because it's different I mean seeing the real life is different from marriage itself it's a whole life and boyfriend girlfriend long distance and living there's boyfriend that long distance boyfriend and things like that no there's a saying say Sean for a churchy long distance it always is beautiful right because I can tell you all the good stuff that you want to hear you can tell me all the good stuff that I want to hear and it's beautiful I think I've got the perfect person until then you see the other side of the person. It's up to you, the woman or the man, to take. Once upon a time, my friend told me, he says, like, the only way a marriage can be forever, no? How the BS that you can take, no? That will prolong the marriage. And yet the good stuff. The bad stuff that you can take out of that person, no, that will prolong the marriage. And if you cannot take that bad habit of that person now, don't go in there. Move on. So it's all about the bad habit. You take the bad habit, the bad thing that you see in that person. If you can manage that thing, then you are good. If you cannot, it's not going to be well. That's it. And since then, I took that, that advice. It is more than any counselor or Bibemao. Because people will show you good no matter what. Even this man that killed that wife, I can tell you how good he was. The woman can come out and say, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. But then again, there's the other side. No, can you take that? If you can take that, then you are good. But if you cannot take that, move on. That's it. That's why people will be married for years and years because they can take that BS. If you can take a BS from a woman or a man, then that man is your that man is your uvin padie. If you cannot, move on. That's it.
Right. I think I agree with both of you. The reason why I asked that particular question is that like you said, a Christopher, not they were good. I'm warrior name come on abron something and this is the case. You see, if the devil will come into a marriage, right? He looks for the person that has the traits of person. Okay, so you'll be before then that bron someone will try to feed on that So yes, a person can have, or let me speak from a woman's point of view. Women can hide certain things until you live in the same house with them. Okay, it is a blossom people used to know, and as a blossom people anymore. It is that particular thing now. Onim se blossom corner na be so corner nim se obetumi agina so. That is where they capitalize on. Okay, so we should stop before say.
I like that.
And sometimes dig deep into people's character that you didn't see before you went to the marriage, and start to deal with that. Start to do, because yes, there are so many things you might not know, because when you guys are 40, you're not in the same house. How many times do you even meet yourself in a week? I can pretend to be whoever I want to be.
That's right.
But there are more that you have to look for and try to deal with that in that particular marriage when you guys move to one house and all that. Now you enjoy because I mean before I come to the show, I talk to a lot of people, concerning some issues, and the opinions that they have. Bro, someone to me, I just want my whole fine.
Listen, that is the biggest, that's the biggest thing. Oh, if we do something good for ourselves, no, if we do something good for ourselves, something bad for ourselves, no. Everything's in the mind. Master, we're giving prevalence to the devil and all this. Let's think as human beings. We are human. We are not animals. Animals doesn't think. Right. That's why they do things in a different way. We have conscience, so we think. Wow. Before anything will happen, it's set up. You play the game in your mind before you act.
Exactly.
Right. No, there's nothing like that. Everything starts from the mind. And if you are entering into any relationship, long distance relationship is one of the worst things that you can think of. I always tell people, don't even think about what long distance relationship, because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's all fake. It's all fake. Let's be real. It's all fake. This is MaKaaMaKa. A long distance relationship is all fake. A real relationship, if you are doing courtship, sit with the person, live with the person, know who the person is, the person know who you are, know the bad side of the person, know what a good relationship is a relationship that you know how to handle the bad side of your partner.
Right.
If you cannot handle the bad side of the partner, why would we want to say dang? And because it's that thing is part of that person.
Yep, I quite say obi no monsa. Okay. If the person don't sit down and be like, and also be a boy mind. If the person don't sit down and be like, today I decide to stop this, it doesn't matter empire.
It's all by the mind. So one sister, then I'm going to say, someone sister my dream. A lot of things that I will still be doing. Me transform them and say no. This way is not the right way for me. When still they are acting like kids.
Right.
Because on my dream, it looks good for them. That's what they think. So that's it. Ubon said then so
yeah.
That man have to sit back and think, say no, insan nye mami, we nye mami, say nye mami, and then I mean, I don't know. People will be saying, oh, prayers. Me, my type of prayer is action. Because prayer is just 1% of what you do. If you don't take action and you say you pray and no action, your prayer doesn't go anywhere.
It's like looking for a job. You cannot be sitting down there
praying. You can sit home and pray, have your degrees and things like that. Pray on your degrees. You will never get a job. So cool, boo. No, boo. No, see me bomb pie. If you leave,
pray and then act on the, pray and then and act on the person's weakness.
You leave the house. You first leave the house. And then find a place where you'll be comfortable, look good, doing the right things for your life.
Hey.
That man will change that mind and be like, no, I left something good.
Alfred, all smiley. Hey, Alfred.
I'm enjoying.
Let's get Alfred in for political then we'll continue, because I know say Alfred are ready for political
yeah, but Black, before we get into that, right? I want today's political session to be interactive, right? So
okay,
it will be where we are talking about the rescue plan. I want you to ask me your questions. How about that?
All right. So let's take a quick break and bring our political guru Alfred Amuzu.
MaKaaMaKa. Royalblackjesus diaba. MaKaaMaKa. Entertainment and sports. MaKaaMaKa. I say politics. MaKaaMaKa. Royalblackjesus.
All right.
All right. Welcome back to MaKaaMaKa, guys.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, Black. So today, I will be presenting the U.S. America Rescue Plan, which was just passed by Congress and actually signed into law. And Black, as I was saying earlier, I don't know if you received your check already or if Cutty Queen already received a check.
I never received nothing, and I don't think I'll receive anything.
So really, what is happening is they are giving you 1,400, and there is actually, when you go to the IRS website, there is a button there to look for your refund actually, and they will tell you when it's gonna hit your account. So if you haven't already done so, head to the IRS website and check your status, where that money is gonna be. Some are already getting it in the accounts. Some have already gotten it, and the rest should be getting it before the month is over. So Biden is, sending money over, and I know it's gonna make a lot of people actually step out there, to do shopping. I just asked that for the viewers watching us that they are careful, they keep their mask on, they observe the protocols while they're out there. But by all means, get out there and spend that $1,400. Black, if there's something you want to sell, this is a good time to sell it.
Thanks for letting me make a known, because maybe I got some small car I want to sell, so maybe somebody
this is gonna tell you for seller. So I mean, one of the things they couldn't accomplish with this bill was that they were going to raise the minimum wage to $15, but because they use a process called the reconciliation process, which means they don't need a filibuster, which is about 60%, 67 senators voting for a bill to go through. They don't need that. They wanted to use the reconciliation, which is just 50 senators voting for the bill and then having the vice president cast the decider vote. If you know, the Senate is divided 50 by 50. So for a bill like this to go through, they have to use the reconciliation. And the reconciliation rules do not allow for minimum wage to be included in that bill. So that was dropped. So you wouldn't see a $15 minimum wage. Maybe it would be passed in another bill. We will see. Now, as far as the 1,400 is concerned, you have to be, if you're a single filer, you have to be making less than $75,000 to, take that money. Now, if you are making anything above $75,000, for each dollar you make, I think you will lose 14 cents out of the 1,400 until you hit 80,000 and you don't get anything. If you are married filing joint, you get to benefit from that if you are making $150,000. If together your income equals to about $150,000, you can still get the benefit. But anything above $160,000, your benefit phases out until you hit 160 and you do not get anything. Unemployment benefits, those who are not employed and they are currently receiving benefits through the state unemployment system. You know that the federal government supplements that unemployment by giving you $300 additional every week. It was $600. They reduced it to $300. So, if you recall, we went through the Coronavirus Aid Relief and Economic Security Act, which people call CARES Act. That was the first time that was when we got the first check, the $1,200 checks. At that time, unemployment benefits were $600 from the federal government, which is in addition to what the state was giving to people. So people were actually, the people who were not employed were actually making, some significant amount of money on a weekly basis. Then that act expired, and then there was a second one which gave us all $600 each as single filers. That one provided $300 additional for unemployment benefits in addition to what the state was giving. So depending on your income before you stop working, the state gave you something, and then federal will add 300. Now, in the new law, they propose a $400 in addition to what the state will be giving, but that 400 was reduced to 300 so the Congress, or what you call the lower house, passed the 400. It went to Senate. Senate reduced it to 300, sent it back to the lower house, and the lower house agreed to it, and the president signed it. So those unemployed, receiving benefits will continue to get that $300 on a weekly basis. Now, there's something in there for businesses as well. Do you have any question for me on the rescue plan? Because I'm itching to go to Ghana. Ghana has a lot that we wanted to talk about quickly, and then
I think say America, yeah, America is set up. I mean, it's just simple as that.
Right.
There's no gimmick, there's no clue. I mean, if you are qualified to get. If you are not, hey, boom, that's
right.
it. Ghana, no problem.
Right.
Do you have anything?
No. I think it's simple, and you can make more and still you still expect the government to give you more. So those who don't make more, like me saying now, me bathroom. You see, I don't make more. So I don't know how for women inside. Me restaurant, me bathroom, and no problem. Listen. You see,
right.
we don't make more, so we need more from the government. So I think it's simple, and I mean, it's understandable, yeah.
Right. Okay, great. So quickly, just before I go into Ghana, I just wanted to say that all these benefits, all these packages that we are talking about is adding to the debt, right? So if you look at the United States debt to GDP is past 100% already, which means the size of the economy, the size of the debt is it's more than the size of the economy right now. Ghana's GDP, debt to GDP is now 76%. US is 102%. I just want you to have that in perspective as we get into Ghana.
But Alfred, let me tell you something. Certain things are coded, okay? But let me tell you, America is rich.
Right.
It's just that I have to watch, what I say, because. But anyway, let's move.
This is MaKaaMaKa, so go ahead.
America is rich.
Yeah, I tell people it's just like watching an aircraft carrier make a turn in the middle of the ocean, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is slow, but it takes a lot of engine power to do it. Yeah. If you put that engine power in like a small boat and turn it on, it's gonna flip, right? So that is Ghana. That's Ghana's economy compared to the United States economy. In Ghana, it's a small economy, so it has to turn quickly, but on a lower dial. That is why 70% of GDP, debt being equal to GDP, is fine. But America, because it's a bigger economy, all right, its turn requires a whole lot of engine power, and that's what explains the difference. Yeah, so Cutty, I know today you are going to ask me a lot of questions because so much is going on in Ghana, and sometimes I think if you are interested in investing in Ghana, something is happening that is going to open the door for that to be possible, and it's all contained in the president's vision for the country, which he outlined clearly in this year's State of the Nation and the budget statement. So what I'm going to do, Cutty, if you permit me, is I'm going to play a quick video which will summarize where the president's head is going forward, or what he thinks the way forward for Ghana's economy and the Ghana project, Ghana's development agenda is going to be for the rest of his term. And then when we come back, I would look at some of the details of that and the budget. And I hope to do that very quickly here. So do I have your permission, Cutty?
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead. I'm actually enjoying that.
All right.
We can hear the video.
Okay. Okay, let me stop there. All right, sorry about that. I was told you couldn't hear the video, so let me just summarize because I've spent the time to listen to all of that, so I can come and talk to you about it. So basically, what is happening here is the president, by Constitution, which is Article 67, is required to come to Parliament when a new Parliament is installed, to address them and tell them the state of the nation. So that's what the president was doing. He did that, I think, on Thursday. Now, in that speech, the president outlined his vision. He was talking about, the economy, what happened, the impact coronavirus had. He said that the economy actually grew by 0.9%. It was actually projected to grow at 6.7%, but it grew at 0.9% because of the impact of coronavirus. The non-oil sector, which is when you take oil out, it was supposed to grow at 6.7%, but it actually grew at 1.6%, and that was also because of coronavirus. But going forward, he's projecting that the overall economy is going to grow from that 0.9 to 5%. So it's going to recover pretty good. And then the non-oil sector is going to actually go from 1.6% to 6.7%. So also a substantial growth. And then he talks about, there's one thing we do in Ghana, which is to control how we spend. We call it the Fiscal Responsibility Act. It requires that every year, because every year usually what we do is we spend more money than we bring in as revenue. Just imagine, you go to work, you bring in maybe $5,000 a month, but you spend $7,000. So you spend more than you bring in. That's what we do in Ghana. In order to pay for the extra we are spending, we borrow. But we have a law in place that says that yes, we can spend more, but we shouldn't spend more than 5% of our GDP. That is a way to control our expenditure. Now, what happened in 2020 because of coronavirus was that we suspended that law, which says that we shouldn't spend more than 5%. We suspended it so that we can actually pay for some of the things that happened during that period when we went to lockdown, when we did the water, we gave water free, electricity, just to support people while they were in lockdown. We had to suspend that. So when we suspended that law, it made us actually spend 11.4% of, it made us spend about 11.4% of GDP over what we brought in as revenue. And we are expecting that number to go down as well. Going forward, we should expect it in next year or in 2021. That number is going to be 9.5%, still above the 5%. But because we suspended it until 2025, it's okay that we would be 9.5. But it's going to be trending downwards. So the president talks about that. So now what I wanted to do quickly is I wanted to lay out or read quickly to you what the president's visions are. What are some of the key programs that he's going to implement, how he will pay for it. Okay, so the visions are the president is going to increase private sector inward investment in key areas, including manufacturing, agriculture, ICT, leveraging the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. You know that the African Continental Free Trade Agreement headquarters is in Ghana. So the president is trying to leverage that to make Ghana, the hub of doing business in Africa. Through banking, making it the manufacturing hub, making it, where a lot of agricultural products actually goes out to feed the rest of Africa and beyond. The next thing he wanted to do is industrial development, including establishment of vehicle assembly plants and the development of integrated bauxite, iron, and steel industries. So, bauxite, melting that into steel, all that industry he's trying to develop and make it integrated so that one provides the raw materials for the other as we grow our economic base. And then he's also talked about how he wants to diversify productivity and high value services. So if you go to Ghana, you see companies, consulting firms, and advisory firms like Deloitte and Touche, PwC, who provide auditing services and some of these high-level consulting advisory services for companies and governments. He wants to actually enhance that, which is a good thing. And then he talked about infrastructure development, including roads and railways. He's going to position Ghana as a hub for manufacturing, education, financial services, transportation, logistics, petroleum, aviation, among others. And then digitization of the economy. So he says the national ID is going to now turn into your, the national ID card. ID will be used in every other system. For instance, your NIH will become your national ID number. Your it will be tied to your bank account. It will be tied to your mobile wallets. It will be tied to your death and birth registration, so that the way we have, Social Security in the United States, and you are able to uniquely identify individuals. Ghana is about to use the national ID to do that. They've been registering people so far. People have been getting the Ghana card, and they've been, getting the national ID. And then the next thing the president wants to do is he's going to operationalize a development bank. So one of the things that happen in Ghana is getting a long-term loan is difficult. Getting a loan that goes from, let's say, 3 to 5 years, that is even short-term, and anything beyond 5 years to 15 years is hard to do. So the government is forming a bank called the Ghana Development Bank, or the Development Bank Ghana, which will be providing money or making money available to participating banks to lend to entrepreneurs. Like if you want to go into agriculture, you want to go into, let's say, rice mill processing, or whatever industry you want to go into, you present your business plan, etc. They will give you loans that would you would have to pay over 5 years or over 15 years, a long-term loan, so that it would generate a lot of business activities. The government already passed the law for that. Now I know that they put out a request for interest out there for consulting firms to come in and help them develop the processes that they would undertake to operationalize this. So that is also in the pipeline. Now, so what are some of the key programs? So the key programs the government already did so far is the implementation of implementation of COVID-19 containment measures, including the vaccination. So the vaccinations, they had already received 600,000 vaccines, which is the AstraZeneca type. About 360,000 people have been vaccinated so far. The government is expecting 2 million more AstraZeneca vaccines through the COVAX scheme in the system by the end of the month. They are also looking to bring in the Russian version, which is the Sputnik 5 or so they call it, into the system. And I think they are getting about 15,000 of those ones. So they are ramping that up quickly. They are hoping that by the end of the year, the majority of the population will be vaccinated and they would also get to herd immunity. Then the next big thing is the economic revitalization. The economic revitalization was actually, remember how we had CARE Act in the United States, right? Yeah. Ghana also had their own version. They call it the CARES program. The CARES program. So the CARES program actually stands for, CARES program stands for Coronavirus Alleviation and Revitalization of Enterprise Support. That is the CARE component. So it's actually divided into two. There is the stabilization portion, which started in July through December 2020. And this is where they did all kinds of things like extend provision of free water for additional 3 months, extend free electricity, reduce communication tariffs, food security, the distributed food, expand support to 1.5 million crop growers. They did business support and workers. So they actually even set aside 600 million to provide loans for businesses. They call that the CAP-BUS, which is the Coronavirus Alleviation Program Business Scheme Support. So businesses actually, small micro businesses actually benefited from that. A lot of them, got loans to support their business. So that stabilization session or segment of the plan is already done. There are certain elements of which the government is still working on. For instance, the government is trying to pass a law that would allow GMPC to introduce other programs, like create a platform for people like you and I who are in the diaspora to invest in Ghana. Okay.
Yep.
So in March 2021, which is this month, I'm not specific on the dates, but when I do, I'll bring it to the show. This month there will be a summit in Ghana where you can actually participate, and they are going to answer questions on how this arrangement will work. Where if you're in the United States and you have some money in your pocket, and you're like, let me invest in the road in my area, or let me invest in some project in Ghana, and I'm going to get this return and that return. Instead of going through some uncle or somebody to do it for you, there's a platform where you can actually go and get that accomplished. And it's going to raise a lot of capital for Ghana. Now, this thing that I'm talking about, the CARES Act, is a $100 billion project that the government is undertaking. The government will pay for it with 30 billion coming from taxes, and the government actually introduced some taxes that I will talk about briefly. The government will pay for 30 billion. The other 70 billion the government is going to get from the foreign direct investment and the public partnerships, and some of the things I described under the GMPs, the GIPC, which is the Ghana Investment Promotion Sector. So how is the government going to pay that 30 billion component of the CARE Act? Because this is the biggest fiscal plan or fiscal policy plan that has ever been introduced in Ghana. So we have to pay for it somehow. So one of the ways the government wants to pay for it is they are going to introduce a COVID-19 health levy. A COVID-19 health levy. The COVID-19 health levy is going to be a 1% increase in the NHIL, which is the National Health Insurance Levy, which is currently paid, on your, I think, your income. Even if you're doing export, whatever you're doing in Ghana, you actually pay the National Health Insurance Levy. They are increasing that by 1% to cover what they are calling the Corona Health Levy. So in addition to that, they are also increasing VAT by 1%. VAT, the flat rate, will be increased by 1%. Another tax they are going to introduce is going to be called Sanitation and Pollution Levy. Ghana has been fighting, trying to clean Ghana for a very long time. And you and I know how dirty Accra is. And the way to solve that, the government thinks, is to introduce a tax so that there is some constant revenue going towards that. So Freddie, I'm going to ask you whether you support any of this or not. Now, so the government is introducing the sanitation and the pollution levy, which people are calling the baller levy. What it's going to do is it's going to increase gas at the pump. If you go to the pump and you are buying gas, they are going to put 10 pesos on each gallon, each liter that you buy. 10 pesos on a liter. Remember, it takes about 4 liters or so to make a gallon, right? Also, so that is another task they are going to introduce. And the last one I wanted to talk about quickly is the energy sector recovery levy. You remember we had some agreements the time during the Doomsday period. We went into so many agreements with companies to provide electricity to the government because Mahama promised that he was going to eradicate to do so. In doing so, we had gone into contracts that outnumbered the amount of capacity we needed. So that means we have more capacity than we needed, and we are paying for that. So, in paying for that, we had accumulated some debts, and that debt is sitting on our books, and the government is introducing a 20 pesewa per liter on petrol or diesel to pay for that. So far, petrol and diesel is going to go up by 50 pesewas, which will result into about approximately 6% at the pump. So whatever price you are paying right now, when you go to the gas, when these things become effective, your petrol price will go about 6% in Ghana. But bear in mind, this is on top of the movement in the petroleum price in the world market. Currently, I think petrol is selling about, if I can quickly pick that up, I have a lot of these things. Okay, petrol is now selling about, is it $68, right? $68 per barrel. It is projected to go to about $71 per barrel by 2022. So petrol is on the rise, right? So petrol on its own is going to be going up. but also the government put a tax of 30 pesos, 20 pesos being, the energy sector levy, and 10 pesos being the BOLA, or what we call the sanitation pollution levy. So I've said a lot in what the government wants to do. There are so many other recovery things that they did, but we are going to be analyzing all the details of this today on the Ghana Agenda, which will come on in about, I think, 2 hours or so, right? Which is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but 4 p.m. Central Time. If you want to watch it, just stay locked on this station. We'll be here right on Trend Africa. Black, I've said so much. So, any question? Do you agree with the BOLA, the sanitation tax that the government wants to impose? Is going to make petroleum prices go up?
With Ghana, I don't agree. I don't agree about anything because they just say it, but they don't put actions to it. So unless I see them doing something, then we'll have a say. But this Accra thing, BOLA thing that they're talking about, Charlie, this thing has been there for years.
Right.
I remember 4 years ago, Nana came, no? He was talking about making Accra like the best city or something, the cleaner city or something like that. And then it looks like garbage point. Accra, the whole Accra look like garbage point. So unless I see say that they work, then because our leaders they talk, then they do anything. They talk, but nothing they happen. So they chop the money, they do whatever they are doing. They are not doing what it will benefit Ghanaians. So unless I see say then they do, then we will support them. I mean, sometimes I ask myself why Ghanaians serve the vote. Recently, there's a video I forgot to. Maybe I'll play it during our. And you've been a police. Our health sector. You see how the rain they pour into some hospital. It looks bad. These are some of the things we want to see. Say when our president, when our leaders they do.
The president is building. The president is there's an agenda. He calls it Agenda 111. He's building 101 district hospitals, 100 bed each. He's building, I think, 7 regional hospitals, and then renovating the Fian Kwanta one in Second Takoradi or so. And then he's building 2 psychiatric hospitals. He tells you that he's putting resources into the healthcare sector, and he wants to make Ghana have tourism destination where people would come to be attended to from all the other.
I say if we don't see,
why are you laughing?
Unless we see on paper it looks so good. On paper it looks so good. Unless we see say old man they do something. But if talk equal there, massa, a man for the talk, but no work. So me there, unless I see some working, I see some project going on, I see some changes, Charlie. I see Ghana like, to be honest with you, in the 90s and the 80s, Ghana is better than now.
Oh.
The 90s and the 80s are better than our 2000s.
Right.
Because in the 90s way, we grow up the 90s way we see with the hustle and things like that. Now Accra no dirty like that. Now Accra no dirty like that. I mean, everything, Charlie. Now I remember say every night people they come, then they go sweep Mokola area. They go sweep the Mokola area, put for a truck inside, then go throw away. Right now, last time I go Ghana, Carly. Hey, a shock. Where we are in the 2000s, so unless I see some actions before me, I go respect all these our leaders and things like that. Say that they do something, but for me, part there, forget.
All right.
So I have a quick question. I don't know how the president explained it, but I think it's a very good initiative. But I'm coming back to the sanitation levy, right?
Yeah.
Is it going to be applied to only companies? And I say every particular individual, because we say, Osha America, right? We are a Kana or the way I think Ghana started the Zoom Lion thing.
Right.
But you could see it mostly in the cities, okay? So Obiawo, you can say Bola or the good can one, we put it outside, they come pick it up, and we pay that, So
Right.
how is Ghana going to do this? Because Obia, sorry, I know I put the ball, I know there are two, any nearby gata and ABB. So how is the government going to be able to actually tax people when it comes to this sanitation levy?
Right. So what the government is doing is when you go and buy petrol, you pay the tax.
Oh, I see.
So it's not. They just want money to be used for sanitation, maintenance, like for cleaning up. They want to have a constant source of money for that.
Okay,
So they
so it
are
wasn't like
increasing
a separate
petrol
thing.
price. Say it again.
It wasn't like a separate thing. He actually was going to use the increase of fuel, like petrol or whatever, gas or whatever, to actually pay for the sanitation.
You
I
got it.
see. I
You
see.
got it.
And my second question too is the national identification, right? You did
Yes,
say something like it's going to be tied to our bank information, our death certificate, just like the social security here.
that's correct.
Does Ghana have that database? First of all, my question is that does Ghana have that capabilities to store all these databases? And two, if it's going to be tied to our bank account, is our security going to be that tight? Because getting those information when it's tied to your bank account and your debt set and all that, it's kind of like easy for hackers to actually get that information. So if
Right.
it's going to, that number is going to be that vital as our social security, do you think sir, it's a good idea, or they should create something that shouldn't be tied to our bank information and all that? Because I think Ghana system is easy to break into the banks and so how is that possible?
Well, for the government's network, for instance, like where the government IT systems reside, it's usually a demilitarized zone. Like in network, in like for instance, the United States, the U.S. military, the Social Security database, it goes beyond a curtain of firewalls, right? So, and that firewall is being monitored for intrusions all the time. The big, I think the issue then would be all the applications that are tied to that database accessing, the database, and for whatever reasons, whether it's a DVLA, whether it's the birth registry, or whether it's whatever it is that your bank application, that's when before they access that database there, that they are properly authenticated and that they go through securities, sort of handshake. Now, no system is 100% secure. Any system can be broken into, right? But the government of Ghana also has the e-government network that they built, that they are enrolling even the MDAs and the MMDAs, which are like the ministries, departments, and the agencies. They are pulling all of their data into this Ghana, they call it e-government network or so.
Okay.
So yes, they do have. Remember the issue of the Electoral Commission when we were doing the registration exercise, and they wanted to change the database. They do have a database. Matter of fact, with all the servers and all the network access they needed for a government secure network system. They do have that. Yeah. The government actually have a financial management system that connects, how even districts spend their money, that gives them the authorization, and ties it all together with the budget. So that while you are spending, they are monitoring it at the government level. It hasn't rolled out to all districts yet, but they do have that as well. And all these are behind some secure network, which is not easy to actually break into.
Okay, sounds good. And also, how challenging do you think it's gonna be to actually get foreign investors? Just like you said, people in foreign countries like me can be able to invest when it comes to like roads and all that. How challenging is it gonna be? Because somebody like me, I'm gonna be thinking, oh, how am I gonna get my profit or my money back and things like that? How challenging do you think the Ghana government is going to face to get people outside to do this or to go into this agreement with them?
Well, so right now there is a way for you to buy bonds, right? Like they have, you can go to the primary market and buy these 90-day bonds that will give you about, I think, 13% return or so. So people do that in Ghana currently. Like there are a lot of people who are invested in the bond market, in the treasury bills. They buy treasury bills and
treasury
wait
bills,
for it to mature and then they pay. So taking the same concept, but the reason you are able to buy treasury bill and know that you are going to get your 13% or 12% is because you are loaning money to the government, and government never defaults. You know, the only time government defaults is maybe there's coup d'etat and somebody come and say, I'm not paying anybody. Even if you do that, people get rid of you quickly because that's people's money you are messing with, right? So because the government also has the ability to print money, anytime you loan money to the government will always pay you back. That's why treasury bill is continuing to do well. So think of the same constructs, right? We're taking the same concept and we are putting it in the hands of GIPC, which is the Ghana Investment Promotion Council, to create a platform for, you know, that diasporans and people to be able to invest in projects in Ghana. And so because you're investing in a project in Ghana, the government is obliged to kind of provide 100% security to that investment, which means you get paid just like you would get paid if you invest into a treasury bill.
Oh, so it's gonna be like a treasury bill concept, that type of thing.
Right. We do have that now with ESLA, which is the you know, what something Muhammad did to pay for. I'm blanking on ESLA, but yeah, we have a few of those. That was the same thing that we're going to do with Ajapa as well, but it was going to be for owning businesses. You know, it'd be hard for the individual to get in there and actually buy gold royalties. But the president also promised that he's taking Ajapa back to Parliament for further consideration. And you never know, Ajapa may come to where it is also available on the whatever platform the Ghana Investment Promotion Council would create, where you'll be able to buy into Ghana's gold royalties. Can you imagine, you know, having that and, you know, the type of sentiments that brings to you as a Ghanaian?
Right. So, in all, I think it's a great initiative, and I just wish that, you know, when he starts, you know, increasing the prices of petrol, Ghanaians wouldn't come out and bash him because, you know, it's for a good cause, you know. So explaining this is very good because anybody watching will know that, okay, this is the reason why I hear too. It's for a good cause. So I just wish Ghanaians accept it, and then everything will be okay.
Yeah, I mean, we just thought that, you know, this is gonna make it hard for people because they're already in hardship, recovering from this corona, and then all of a sudden, gas prices is going up. You know, it's just a tough time for everybody. In the United States, we are getting checks. You know, rates are going down. We are not getting, you know, but you know, here's Ghana where they are increasing. He has in some of the things in the budget that, you know, was read where that hotels which are impacted by the virus the most will be getting tax breaks. They'll be getting tax breaks, and the question is, you know, why tax breaks? We're not making an income, but for us to even worry about the tax we are going to pay you. So if anything, you should be actually giving us some loans that we can use to support our business. And, you know, they also have an argument to make that in the CAP box, which is the coronavirus alleviation program, the business support scheme, which is the CAP bus, provided $600 million in loan to micro and small businesses. So there you go. There is a loan provided.
Right. You know, it's very sad, okay, but you know, in order not to drag, you know, more issues, it's very sad. And I was actually going to talk about ask you about this. I know say Ghana, I think say oil, right?
Right.
So I think probably that will be another topic that you bring another day. But where is those money, you know, going to? Like there are certain things that Ghana has that we don't know where the money is going. So just like you said, it's good, you know, Canada, United States, we are getting money, you know, but why is Ghana, you know, they have to be taxed in order to do all this. But it's very sad. I just want you to look at this and let us know where some of these monies are going to, because it's ridiculous, you know. I don't know.
The money is going to our MPs and our leaders their pocket. Simple.
So if you watch Dumelavo, who was the Auditor General who was asked to go on retirement, he was going to audit this stuff when he came back to work.
Yeah, like
John Mahama promised that he would investigate how all this money we got from the World Bank to do coronavirus was spent. So, these are legitimate questions to ask. But also, the government is showing you some specific areas where they spent money. They are claiming that during that lockdown, they spent 2 billion cedis. After the lockdown, they extended this business loans. They did all kinds of other things, and they spent about another $3 billion. So far, they spent it. I'm sorry, not dollars, cedis. So far, they spent it 5 billion cedis. Now they are proposing 100 billion projects in the revitalization and transformation of the economic aspect, which is the second phase of the CARES program. So we start to see, it sounds so well, even me reading and talking about it. But like Black reminded me today, Ghana, yeah, unless it happened, I don't really well.
Forget about Ghana, man. Unless we see action, say they do things, they work, they put things together, then we all go have something to say. But right now, they are not doing what they're supposed to do in the year. Some of us, we go bash them. We go bash them because these people are not writing better business for Ghanaians to enjoy. I mean, the citizens to enjoy. They are writing business to put money in their pocket. We know that. All these things that you are saying, it sounds so beautiful. It sounds like Ghana is ready. But I'm telling you, it's good on paper. Our leaders are corrupt, and they will corrupt like we, the young ones, we start fighting them physically. And believe me or not, a time is coming that young men will stand up and fight these old people out of office. And I'm telling you, Ghana is sitting on a time bomb. No matter what you say, I don't believe it, and I will never believe it because everything sounds good on paper. Ghanaians illiteracy in Ghana is so big that with the school high. Right now, no brofu crown na training cry na igbeni sanja because the mere Ghanaian in Ghana doesn't speak good English and doesn't read anyways. Like myself, I don't know how to read and speak, so I would like to speak my local dialect. I have leaders who will come and speak English, big English, and things like that. And then the charcoal seller that sits somewhere in Mokola and KJT doesn't understand anything, just follow the crowd. This time, young men are waking up and we are telling these old people that a time is coming. Ghana is sitting on the time bomb. A time is coming. We, the young ones, will take the baton to our own hands and fight them physically, not on paper no more, physically. Yes. Because we are so sick and tired of these old people trying to lead us, and they are leading us for their kids to lead us as well. They are not writing better business. They are not building better schools for our poor people to go to better schools because their own kids go to schools in Europe and America and all these places, and they are preparing their kids to come and lead us again. And this time we are saying no. We will say no to that. Because we, the young ones that we don't know much that much, we will take the baton, we will tell them, hey, if your kids can go to school, if your kid can go to school in America, you cannot be a president for us. We need your kids to go to school in Ghana, where the poor man's kids go to the same school. This is the fight we are going to fight these old people. We are sick and tired. We are so sick and tired.
Let me just ask you, not to cut you off, Black, but Alfred, let me just ask you this. I stand to be corrected though, but I think this week I saw on social media that the president was going to stop the exportation of cocoa. Is that a correct statement that was made on the internet?
It's completely incorrect. It's completely incorrect. There's no way. No way that we are doing that.
Because the first point that you actually mentioned talked about exports and imports. So I was just refreshing my mind. I was like, did I hear it right or not? But people just typing anything without even understanding it. And also the
so I think thank you, Alfred, for giving us this political amazing news. But me, dear, I will not take that because I'm part of the new youth revolution. We will
Hey,
fight
black,
these
na
people because
controversial.
all this pen and paper, black and white, yeah. We need them to build a better schools, better health hospitals and things like that. We need them to build better roads. I mean, small America here, small business make the country rich. We have a lot of entrepreneurs in Ghana, whereby we have to what do you call it? We have to put money in their businesses. We have all these traders who are hustling in Kejetia and Mokola and things like that. These people are those who can build Ghana for us. It's not because these entrepreneurs, they are all entrepreneurs. So these young ones, these Kayayos and the
Oh
traders
yeah.
and things like that, they are all entrepreneurs. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
they are feeding. Guess what? How many government companies do we have that have hired Ghanaian citizens? I don't even know. But we have a lot of traders and entrepreneurs and things like that that they are taking care of themselves. They are all entrepreneurs. If we educate them well and put money into their trade and things like that and build a better what do you call it, Mokola or better marketplace for them. We have a better data system whereby they will pay their taxes and things like that. This will build our country for us. But these our leaders, they are just taking money, putting the money in their pocket, chopping yafun, spending money to their kids in abroad, paying dollars here. They are living in Ghana. What do you call it? They are our leaders taking the taxpayers' money to pay school fees for their kids in abroad, and they are preparing their kids to come and lead us again. This time we say no. This time we say no to that because yeah, we are sick and tired of the likes of the Nana Akufo-Addos, the like of John Mahames and things like that. We need people that are like us. We
Yeah.
need people that are like us and think like us and build the country with all we all will build it together. That's the people we need. But all this paperwork and looks good on paper and things like that, to me, it doesn't sound good. All right, we'll take. I think Alfred just have a quick meeting to attend. So we'll take a quick
The way
break.
you
When we
are
come back,
interested, next week, Alfred should come and repeat the same thing.
we will dive in. We'll
I'll
dive
take
into
your laughing.
our MaKaaMaKa segment, and then so don't go nowhere. Just talking cooler. There's a lot of news. We have about an hour to go, so there's a lot of news
Yeah.
a lot of videos to play, and a lot of trending issues that we wanted to dive into and things like that. So Charlie, when you come on the log, make sure you share the page, share the page, because we need our video to be on your platform, and then maybe somebody from your platform who doesn't know what we do will follow us. So Charlie, share the page for us. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will dive into our training.
MaKaaMaKa. Royalblackjesus diaba MaKaaMaKa. Entertainment and sports MaKaaMaKa. As a politics MaKaaMaKa. Royalblackjesus.
All right.
All right. So
We had a good political show. I like today. I love I love the political segment because
Hey, the
I
way
was
you
able
do that
to.
when you decide you can't even fit in your chair.
I know. I mean, sometimes I try to, I have to be myself and then
Oh
speak some knowledge or speak some truth to power.
yeah.
We yeah, yes, we're kind too much, and we are the type that, oh, and yes, right now we'll
Yeah.
take we'll take them by force.
Yeah.
And it will happen. I mean, it has to happen because mommy, there's a lot of things that is
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at hospital in Sio Atemu have patient at that I mean the man will be around like 70, 80, around that age. or that is you. It is not good. This is
I
not
also
good.
watched
We
a
are in
video
this.
mother said that from cry. That from
Yes.
yeah.
This is not good. I mean, we need a better Ghana, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
The Omu church and
agree.
the business package, listen, it's all, it doesn't make no sense. Build hospitals for us, build better schools, build jobs so that anybody that will say, America ha, obi wo ha, one college, but we high school, or yeah, Juma. Ghana, one never we high school, or Juma. Omo university crown omo nye adwuma ni bi nye.
They are not getting jobs, yeah.
Until we high school, so we need to think about any obia na betumi akọ university. Until we need at least the GED level no, high school level no. Yeah, we need them to start working. Because if we don't start them working no, they'll start doing crime. They'll start acting bad, and they'll be fraudulent. Ghana, no, because government did not have plan for the young ones. I'm talking about the ones that the 18 to the 25-year-old people, citizens. The 25 from the 18-year-old to the 25. Because at the 18, but no school. Ni papa ni papa ni mami ni bi. Into school we are no. The best I watch me here, no. So that person, you have to think about that person. If you don't think about that person, that person will go and sit at the corner store or corner, then he will team up with people with a bad mind, and they'll start acting fraudulent and crime and things like that will grow. And it's not gonna help, no. Our leaders are not thinking about all these things.
Very sad. Yeah, it's very, very sad.
But one day, I have to start doing. I mean, politics now. Me come by book. I will go straight by the street. I will go straight by the street because our leaders are not thinking.
But you this week, dear, whoa.
All right, so we have some few video comments to read. Do you want to read about it or?
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually read the ones that I see here. So Pakwesi Sam says, marrying a man who can beat you to death may mean you probably rushed to marry a devil. Ghanaian women are thirsty for rich men and lavishing lifestyle and ending up with bad marriages. So just like you said, most people actually rush into marriage because of money and all that. And Doreen actually said, the whole marriage thing is a mystery. We can only survive through prayers. So it is actually a mystery on itself. We have Third Arthur says that he has a question. He says, why do men beat women? So Black, that actually goes for you because you're a man. So if you can answer that question for us, why do men beat women?
I don't know. I really don't know. I dream yare. Like I said, no. It goes both ways. Women abuse men abuse women, and things like that. But it's all about the upbringing and what they see growing up, So and Debbie Amika said there is people who are born bad. There is people who are born bad. They are born bad. I mean, they are just evil.
Yep.
There's people who are just born evil, and they are part of us. And there's people who are not born evil, but due to situation and things like that, they felt and things like that. But there's people who are just born evil and they do evil stuff. Right. When they do evil, they are happy and they think that's their life. And really, I don't think why men beat women. It doesn't make no sense for a man to beat a woman. It doesn't. It's not the right thing to do, anyways. And I mean, why do you have to beat somebody, anyways?
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Pa. And Mr. Candy Ghana says big ups. And Sunny San says, if my man beats me, I will beat him and
run, right? All right. I think that Killy Queen, a physical crab, but I know she will come back. There is Nana Abina Obin says that I disagree. Not all long distance relationship is fake. All long distance relationship is fake. It's all based on maturity and both on the same page. No, to me, I think all long distance relationship is fake. I believe that. Maybe when you are young, when I say you are young, maybe you are in the early 20s and from the 18s to the early 20s and things like that. Life is all gravy for you, so you might think long distance is but when you are old enough and matured, you realize that long distance is not the way to go. I personally believe say every long distance relationship, maybe once in a while, one good will come out of it, but that doesn't mean say it works. Long distance relationship, maybe 75% to 80% of the time, doesn't work. At the end, it's gonna be problem. Even crampo, omo amatra ho krano matra omo nim omo krano. There's a lot of problem. Then long distance. You just know him or her by talking on the phone and doing WhatsApp videos and things like that. Forget. It comes with maturity. When you hit you understand. Say it again.
Did you say or somebody said long distance relationship is fake?
I said long distance relationship is fake.
Oh, that one I don't agree with you. Not
I
all
said
of
that.
them, though.
I
Not
said
all
that.
of them.
So maybe one or two will be okay, but majority 90, I would say 90% of long distance relationship is. When I say fake, maybe I'm not saying fake, but it will not work. It will not work. I'm not
Most
saying
of them
fake. I
don't
mean,
work.
relationship is relationship. I'm not saying fake. I'm sorry. Maybe the fake I use, that's why. But long distance relationship does not work. Maybe 1 or 2% but majority it will not work. Now, Debio, muna muni muhu krana mu the same area, muti the same field krana nye juma. Long distance, unim nipa from Adam. Ebi a phone so, and the funny part is that not obi a connective so. Obi connective. Obi so connective now say.
There are two types, okay? There are two types of long distance relationships. So there is a type where you are in Ghana, you guys are in the relationship, and then you actually move overseas, right? That's one type. There is a type where and then you guys see yourself on social media or saw yourself on social media and decided to date. And again, or somebody introduced you guys together and then you guys decided to date. So there is two types, but I don't know, just is it all that you are talking about or which particular
Listen, ALL doesn't work. Let me tell you something. The beautiful thing is that maybe you meet more Ghana no one meet up Bema be muga dating ni nyama. And I will too kwamba abrochre. Uba abrochre no Bema no Ghana still. The Bema is growing on his own. Remember that. Building his own platform, and you being Obano, so you too, you are building your own platform somewhere. Now, you know that man 10 years from now. That 10 years gap, no, you are a different human being. He's also a different human being. It will work, but the percentage is very slim. Because he's a different guy. You know him when he was 18, 19, 20 to 25. We have a trouble from 25 to maybe 35 to 40, 15 years gap. After now, who can find the same bema naba. Maybe it will work. Just maybe. Because that bema is a different human being. You still know him. You still remember the 18 to 25 years. The way that's what you remember. That's what you play in your mind. It's a mind game. Now, of a trial, who can find America, yeah, he's a different man. Now you start you start studying this guy, get to know this guy, and on that one say, Abrante, no, on this side, he's not that person. No,
right.
Back in the days, now on this side, no, he's a different guy.
Yeah.
So my advice, Maza, is to long distance. The percentage is very few, but you should no long distance relationship. You can do all that crazy stuff you want to do. But if you want to marry and you want to live with somebody that you know in your community that you grow up with, and that's all at the same time. But far long distance there, how I know say my president, my president Parkwesi said I disagree with you. Most married that the couples are living together equally. Yes, I said that. I said okay, maybe you disagree, but what I'm saying, no, I'm saying that we live together. The same state, the same neighborhood. Need someone. There's a problem. That's the huge issue. That issue is that close and there's issue. No, just think about it. And then you say long distance. Long distance, they're a beautiful thing. But when it comes together, then you realize that this is not the material that I want to sew my clothes with. Yep. And that's my opinion actually.
Yeah, I think I agree with you to a point, because sometimes say uja or more fear, whether a man or a woman, whatever it is, just like you said, Obia developing in their own, thing and all that. Because at the end of the day, say, how often can you go back to Ghana? Or even though two different countries, how often can you go to Ghana? And how prepared is the person ready to actually wait for you? So I agree with you on that. And also, you see, one thing about, and in the past, and I'm talking about 8 years ago, I think now WhatsApp, Skype, and that actually broke a lot of relationships. I remember I was in a long distance relationship as well, and also WhatsApp. Sometimes, when you are online, right now, Obi send no message. The person will think so online, but you might not be online.
Exactly, it happens all the time. Yeah.
It caused a lot of problems. Yeah. It caused a lot of problems to me. And especially I'm using Ghana because let me just use that distance, when it comes to Ghana. People don't understand, the other person don't understand how America is, okay? And Ghana, most funerals are done in the night. You kind of say, Oto Akredi, what's the English word? Naming ceremony. Most of them are done in the night, okay? It's your best friend, and I do better, also me where ye. And I just 10 away because Ghana most of the time is not like that.
Yeah.
And I just me will be naming ceremony. I say, and I do like this time.
Listen,
it created a whole lot of things.
I am telling you, it's a problem. But we as human beings, we don't want to take that as a problem. But that's the problem.
It is.
Our Ghana for our yes, some of these things. Onimbema no dadada. Oh, minimum band dadada. Oh, minimum Ghana ya school. Oh, ntako. Then they always dwell in the past. The joy in the past, they bring it in the future. But it doesn't work like that because that person is a totally different person. And to me, Oba ukofa bema wo abroad, ukofa bema wo Oba anase bema ukofa your partner Ghana and I said baby ba, I pray for you because it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. People can hide their what do you call it attitude and I say lifestyle for a long time. But your behavior is like a pregnancy. It will definitely come out. And when it start coming out, you that you've invested more, no, most of the time you know. That's how it is.
Very true.
That's how it is.
It's
Because
who
now why invested into it, no? Say a bema or say a bow. You trying to merge, you trying to make things happen to know. You who control everything, no. Who know because who know why invested. Into oba bi wakokofa bema ba. Na bema no yen kwasi ade. Oba no tumi njai. Na tete no on tumi njai because why invested too much. And a second listen no instead of a jai one time no she doesn't have that courage to let go until no because a man for beka. That perception no a man for a hard dream. Hey, then a man for beka and was benye. But if you don't let go, of that trouble, that trouble will kill you. And that's the truth. It goes both ways. Obama walk of four bar. I'm not saying that don't go and fall about Ghana and not be so.
Oh yeah,
but I'm just saying the chances of you guys living for so long to like old times, no, to become old, no, are very slim. Very, very slim. And the chances of you guys breaking up, no, are huge. Because two different people, you don't know who he is, she doesn't know who you are, and things like that. Now before Mohammed Trana move one roof, no. Now before you one worry no. Then I worry now it say courtship after the most steady no. No, and normally it doesn't and this I mean how do you say it? I mean it doesn't supposed to be like that. What warrior? I mean you know the person already until you say or your Obama bia or shany boxer shop 1 week and something was system back home. Or your babia be on Jari or Jari and upon Jari. You have to know that. Or your Bema bia, I mean on Penny TV, on Pay Radio, or your Bema be on Pay. I mean, but who worry we are, then you started studying those things. And then they worry say about more our American. But we as human beings, we don't want to take that. We just feel like okay. Yeah.
You know, and in Kofobo, it works for them. We are actually not saying it totally doesn't work. Just like
no, I'm not saying that.
There are some percentage you are Juma, but you know, Black, even if you guys know yourself in Ghana before one actually traveled or whatever, you see, the moment one person traveled, that lifestyle there is different. Because Ghana, there's nobody going to work at 11 p.m. Everybody will be sleeping.
No, a problem. But we have about an hour to go, so let's chime into our next. I think that we should have a segment that we will talk about issues like that because I believe that we are the youth. I mean, we are the bridge between the oldies and then the new age, right? So some of these things we have to talk about it, so that the ones that are coming behind us, no. Because it's a tough call, but I believe that we have to do it. And a story will always praise the good in you. They never praise the bad in you.
What's that story in your mouth?
A story in your mouth. It's you that you have to do it for yourself.
To a point. Yes. I agree.
Yeah, I mean when the it's another topic that we have to discuss with a lot of people. I mean I want to get some pastors and things like that to sit down so that they can give us their intake as well. But what do we have next going on in Ghana?
So talking about sorry right now let's play the video.
Mami fan share I mean she should cry.
Let's play the video where
I'm looking for it too. And then my streets are wow. So I know say my hopa, don't worry. I have
Oh,
it.
let me, okay.
I have it. Don't worry. I know I know I have it.
You black hair.
And say you been born about 3 times.
It's time for African leaders to think differently. Think wisely. How do you expect that those who throughout history, have despised you throughout history, as you know, how can they produce vaccines to save your life? Are you okay?
Oh, let me go back. Let me go back. Something is not right.
It's time for African leaders to think differently. Think wisely. How do you expect that those who throughout history, have despised you throughout history, as you know, how can they produce vaccines to save your life? Are you okay?
Sure. I went for the vaccine last week. I did the vaccine. And somebody said, Papa, where's your faith? And I said, it takes faith to take the vaccine. It takes faith. And I said, the reason why you are not taking the vaccine is because you are afraid. You are afraid of what will happen to you if you take the vaccine. You are afraid because you become a victim of conspiracy theories on social media. People are sending me all kinds of conspiracy theories and lies about the vaccine. Meanwhile, we take other vaccines, polio and what do you call it? Yellow fever, all different kinds of vaccine. We've been taking it for years. What is the difference between that and this? Oh, this one is too quick. This one was done too early. Church vaccine.
Woo! This is the yawa of the day. I don't know when this when did people put this video together, but
it was somewhere today is Sunday, right? So last week, yeah.
I mean, this is sad, man. This is what I keep on saying, that I don't care going to church, but use adrenal. Use adrenal, because these are well known. Some well known in Africa, no? They are very, very known bishop. And Pastor Chris, sorry, Pastor Chris, no,
Pastor Chris, yeah.
Okay, and then Papa Duncan, right?
Yep.
So why this? Mami, that you tell me, and son, I mean, MaKaaMaKa, you tell me, you tell me.
You know, I couldn't wait for us to get to this video, because even when I was sending it to you, I was like, oh man, today I don't know what Black is going to do, but I'm just going to relax for you to. But you see, these are some of the reasons why people don't want to go to church, okay? And it's understandable, and I actually, you know, have I have a feel of what they are feeling. Let me put it that way, because as of why you know, wage in whoever you route for, okay? Where's also Nipedi, which is Duncan William, whichever you choose to go with. And you know, if these two great bishops have come to, you know, give a separate opinion, then I ask myself, say, and or are they just talking out of, like, you know, out of just their own ideas? But things like this, I expect for bishops to actually come out and comment, right? They're supposed to go and ask God, because but with this particular case, right? Me, I stand with Duncan Williams, Bishop Duncan Williams. Why? Because there are people who have taken these vaccines and are still living, okay? Ghanaians have taken it. Even the president took it, okay? And some of the mentality behind this vaccine is it will place a SIM card or a chip in you, and this 666, and a whole lot of, you know, conspiracy theories, just like Duncan Williams said. There is no way a vaccine can place a chip in you. And if you doubt it, just go Google the ingredients that was actually used to make the vaccine and see. Me too, not because I have anything against it, but and do me so. US are going by age and things like that. So and do me so, but these theories don't work. It's not gonna work, And he, Pastor Chris made mention of something. Said, people who have hated you, all this while.
Is it not the same people? Is it not the same people who brought the Bible?
Yes, but the thing is, right? The thing is, look at the vaccine. Okay, the vaccine here, is different from when we go to the route of where Christianity started from. This is an emergency. This is a world pandemic. Okay, and they of course they will support. Why? Because Ghanaians are traveling to and fro from America to Ghana. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And this time around, they have to protect us, even if they have any bad conceptions against Africa or to reduce the population of Africa. This wouldn't be one of the tricks or one of the ways they're going to use to reduce the population. Why? The main reason is people travel back and forth. Me at a point every year I used to go to Ghana, and that is why they're supporting. So vaccination is way different. Now say America, we went for vaccination, and Pania, we did medicals. Why are we doing all that? Because you are coming to their country. They don't want you to bring anything to their country. And if they want to decrease the population of Africa, they will start from the United States. Because check the percentage of Africans that are in the United States. Okay, so they will start from here. They won't just take it straight to Africa, because Africa fire so so that theory is way different from we can go into where the Bible started and all that, but
remember, I have to play the video again before if I have something to say, I will say because
you play the video and
I
just analyze
there two well-known and very, very well prominent man of God, right? Man of God or man of God, whatever you say. Bakusi vaccine yet. Bakusi say he took it with faith.
Based on what Pastor Chris say, people who have hated you all this while and now they are making vaccines. That particular way me, I don't agree, because you are coming to travel back and forth. So it's no way they're gonna put that in our mind. Say okay, you're time for 4 ways, so let's go and give them this vaccine just to kill them. They can't kill the whole Ghana. They can't. It's not gonna happen. So me, that particular thing that he said, I really don't agree with that.
Let me play one more time. Maybe a month one.
It's time for African leaders to think differently. Think wisely. How do you expect that those who throughout history have despised you throughout history, as you know, how can they produce vaccines to save your life? Are you okay?
Sure. I went for the vaccine last week. I did the vaccine. And somebody said, Papa, where's your faith? And I said, it takes faith to take the vaccine. It takes faith. And I said, the reason why you are not taking the vaccine is because you are afraid. You are afraid of what will happen to you if you take the vaccine. You are afraid because you become a victim of conspiracy theories on social media. People are sending me all kinds of conspiracy theories and lies about the vaccine. Meanwhile, we take other vaccines, polio and what do you call it? Yellow fever, all different kinds of vaccines. We've been taking it for years. What is the difference between that and this? Oh, this one is too quick. This one was done too early. Vaccine.
I do hope. First of all, COVID,
Bye.
First of all, COVID by no. COVID exposed all these people. And then COVID have put in a fight between two well-known pastors in Africa. Pastor Chris or Nigerian and Ghana. Nigerian. One from Ghana, one from Nigeria. Papa Duncan from Ghana, Pastor Chris, Nigerian. Well-known people, followers, huge followers. And Omukasa Kwechi. But this is a disgrace to our religious leaders like these people. Who doesn't even understand?
Why do you say that?
Yes, who doesn't understand the concept of science? And I say Yaria, because whatever that they are doing, me, to be honest with you, people are saying church is business and things like that. This is a very good example of church's business. Because they didn't plan. They should have sit down and draw the plan and come out and say something so that, but they didn't plan. Because you know what? You know what? Pastor Chris want to show, say, or your Gawa Nigeria. And Papa Duncan too want to show, say, or your Gawa Ghana. So they never rub shoulders. If they rub shoulders, and come back, God is there. The amount for God is really alive. And all ye amount for women people. COVID came to tarnish a life, to show us there is a lot of ways we can live. Look at how technology have making life so easy for us during our COVID time.
Right.
And yes, but look at how people were using their mind to create something to make our life easy for us. And look at the disgrace that is coming from these two people. One is saying that because of our colonial masters did us wrong back in the days, they will not do anything good for us. And why are they coming up with vaccines and things like that? And yet, the same person, the same arena, another person used to say, oh no. Only faith into one to me I'm taking. So tell me who is right. Is it the faith?
So which one do you go for? Which one? You go for one or you don't go for any of them?
To be honest with you, both of them I don't trust. I don't believe none of them. I believe my mind. My mind and my senses tells me that Yariaba and Yarena Banu Kunkum Nipa. And I have to do what I have to do to protect myself.
Okay.
And if this vaccines is what is there to make us safe now, why won't I take it? And yet the Omuweka and Ameti, I have to reason with Adreno.
And that is why that is what Dr. Williams is actually saying.
I know.
Because
I know, but how can the big people like you in the religious world, you guys who, I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very bad. It doesn't speak well with their people. I mean, with what they believe in. It doesn't speak well at all. It doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. I lose respect because right now, Chris will tell Papa Dinkan, say, are you trying to say something? Not. This is the biggest beef ever. Beef in Tokopa. Papa Dinkan is telling Chris, you don't have faith. Chris to say, no, these people are our slave masters, and you think our slave masters will give us something good. So where the truth lies? This is the problem. So I am telling everybody, if you're a religious person, there's nothing wrong being religious, but use your brain.
Yep.
That is why we have sense that calls common sense. Use that little common sense. And you're common, but if you don't use it, it's not common for you, unless you activate that common sense. Because me know America no, I have people who are in the health sector. They tell me the stories. People are coming dying. They are to say Ebola no, and it's not a joke. Obi to Ghana, Obeka say on the unbelieving in those things. That is fine. That is you. Thank you. God bless you. Keep doing you. But for me, my hubino, my own uncle, and then yamin kwa, and as any time in Suyentino, anka COVID for no koi.
Right.
It's not a joke. And they say scientists and science doctors, ni pharmacists, ni nyama transi, and they've come up with, because this is and what was that mistake I'm up for? You say, oh, I don't know by and but this is a pandemic. It's emergency. And yes, and Yarabia actually maybe some few people were though. This is the whole world. So they will do everything possible to get something to hold it down first.
Right.
So a draw down banana yamano, a hold down a draw, then they will dig through. Are you saying say all these scientists need doctors, need pharmacists, need yamano? They should just let go and people should die.
Yeah.
To get the right medicine. No, these are first aid. This is not gonna cure the medicine. This is not gonna cure the disease, but it's gonna prevent you from getting it or kill some of the But they are working on to get the perfect one. I mean, if you get a I mean, sometimes I feel say but we have so much intellectuals for Ghana. NIG last week I was watching the TV some man be or see vaccine and I say so need a doctor and I say herbal yes we understand say herbal medicines here in Yama. Ghana now Ghana no our herbal doctors in Yama, what are they doing? Amuna yes sankwas. Johnny Banka you so you are doing something that is gonna help people that now collab now we ya nyama na Ghana form pharmacist ni nyama na mu ya nyama na mu di nyama bibia pie. But we'll still wait for this our colonial masters now like Chris Ekano to come and save us. What I'm trying to, and media is a disgrace for. I mean, to me, it's a disgrace for both of them. I don't care either fate or their Chris Ekano colonial masters trying to. To me, no, it's a disgrace, complete disgrace. I'm telling Ghanaians and Africans to start using their common sense, and that's it.
Oh yeah, and also to encourage them to go for the vaccine because it's not gonna.
They have
people
to.
Are taking, you know,
it's not a joke. Oh,
yeah.
I don't blame Ghanaians that say COVID niho no, because our leaders didn't do the right things. They didn't put the right measures. Election time, look at what went on. Look at the rallies. Look at the Yomuye. It's a mere Ghanaian who doesn't know much about these things. No, Obaka said COVID niho. I will say the same thing. I will say the same thing. You can tell.
And also to have pastors telling them, say, it's going to do this, it's going to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to actually not, like, encourage them to go take it.
Media, lucky, Ghana is first country to have the vaccines. You're lucky now, go and take it. Go and take it. And Sisa DNA, and you just say, I'm not going to say, DNA, I mean, a whole lot of things that they were saying, man. It doesn't add up. I don't know, but I'm saying that if you are watching me now, no, me no, and drew me so, I drew me so much. Madam will be my best buddy. The birthday, but say, hey, by the way, me my birthday, my mom's birthday was yesterday, and Kim Mama's birthday is today.
I don't want posty.
Birthday there, you know, I just wish my mom, you know, and then you know, and then Kim Mama, and that's where Kim Mama birthday.
Happy
you know,
birthday, Kim Mama. One day I'll need you on MaKaaMaKa.
Yeah, we'll bring it out one day. But what I'm saying is that people who are watching us now, they should take this verse. So unya chance na nyankopon the be coin na unya chance. Go and take it. Go and take it because your life, Charlie, living life, no, life is very beautiful.
Yep.
Life, unless you don't value your life.
Yep.
Unless you don't value, obviously, oh, and it's abroaching for ne more. Abroaching for ne more. Do you know when America started taking the vaccine? I drew me to Amakoji. And to show me now, you feel like say you follow me on Facebook and things. If I have 2 followers, now I'm urging my 2 followers say, go and take it if you had the chance. Go and take that vaccine. Wow. Not just you, but people around you as well. Not just you, but people around you as well. You know, a good thing. Yeah.
You know, Black, talking about pastors, let's play the video where your friend actually gave a prophecy to Davido. I
mean, pastors are.
You know, this week I prepared it specially for you because I know you are so interested in this stuff. So let's listen to the one that Pastor Prince actually gave.
I want us to pray for Davido, the musician in Nigeria called Davido. We are praying against the spirit of death. I saw in the vision that Davido will be shot. They are going to shoot Davido at a gathering. It's either a nightclub or a pub or an event that took place in the night. We are praying. I saw Davido shot. And he died. They rushed him to the hospital, but Davido died. We are praying against the spirit of death, and we declare Davido shall not die. Every attack on him is destroyed. That young man is a target of the enemy, and they want to kill him. We pray for vigilance for him. We pray that the Lord will give him the spirit of soberness and vigilance. They want to kill Davido. It's an attack on him. They want him dead. We come against it in Jesus' name. I pray for Nigeria also. I saw Nigeria in flames. I saw chaos in Nigeria. I saw top.
Wow. Oh, mommy, I think that this will be our last video because you come up for. So next week we'll continue the rest. I think that this show will cry 2 days never show. We'll plan for another day, then we'll do you know. Wow, this pastor this man need some beatings. Yeah. He needs some beatings because this is any Ghana be we do Nigeria. Nigeria for pastors omo jet planes ni private planes this somebody omo anya prophet ba kukran few and catch David so be.
Oh say ebi onna na obon paya ma Davido, you know. Or kind Davido one
paya. On the video. What was that when you? I think that the pastoring job, no, have become like trending. If you are under the shadow for a long time, no, you want to do something to come out and you want to get some names and come out now. I mean, that is what we are saying. I mean, I don't know this guy from anywhere. I don't know him. I don't.
He's your friend.
Any video now I buy, I may share. I say, who is this guy too? And I will not talk about him. And, you know, they know how to play the game. They are playing the game, and they are benefiting. They are reaping what they've sold. You know, sanity. I ask myself, say, would dear God? And yet, I'm not talking about nyami dear. But I'm talking about the Bible God that we always call upon. Onu die debia okunipa. I'm trying to find out. Only the debia okunipa. More pastors, no, you don't see good in people that you prophesy. You always see doom. There's something wrong. Because they realize negative stuff travels longer.
More than positive, yeah.
More than positive. So they'll rather talk about the doom. I mean, didn't you see the God can't such no? Did you intervene to it to I mean, after the culture will say there is some rituals that you have to do, so you have to come. I mean, it's all gimmick. It's all trying to be on the news and trying to be relevant. And this guy trying to be relevant. I don't even know this guy. You understand? But that's why we are talking about him. He just said something about the video, and the video is look at the numbers that the video can pull. So if this man can say something about the video, definitely people will pay attention to him, and that's exactly what he did. Yep. We are here when the same and then the same pastor can say Shatawale last 2 years and not busy now. And then the same pastor.
No, can say funny face.
Funny face. Yeah. I mean, they try to trend. I mean, it's all trending issues. Like that's what we are doing, trending issues right now. It's all lies. They're putting money. Listen, if this guy, a pastor became huge when he said, right? And then he became huge. And he became huge. You see? And so these are some of the things that they do. And I'm telling you, these people, they are the evil people. They are the devils. Because na onwa black power na wakwa ko 15 year metal to the video go on drown ye. The video should stand well because people like him no, they are using people like the video and other names to shine. And they are on was spending this cow. He has spent a lot of money to do evil. So we be happy to the video. Next time no, ebi amene we call no say masha when hu ade. Yeah. That is how they are. It's all money, it's all business. They one fast can chema, you will not pull money. So this man have invested in witchcraft, trying to voodoo somebody, and the person is the video. Upama accident be there something should happen. The video and cry no because no cry no bomb. And I'm telling you, the mind of the black man will believe that and go to him, and he will start making money. It's simple as that. My people that I believe, the pastors that I will salute them and I will respect them, are the pastors who teaches. The teachers who teach you the Bible and tell you, say, we see. More. I mean, there's a lot of good things in the Bible. The prophet. Ah, come on. We are tired of them.
You know, but there is one thing too, right? Black. See, prophecies are there, right? But sometimes the way they go about it, you know, when you see something about somebody, at least say when you be obeying no, and I say be these celebrities are say recently on one God, Stone Boy.
Right.
You know, so if there is a way you can get to Stone Boy to get to him, you can, you know, actually go that route, you know. But sometimes the way they go about it, putting it in public, letting people know people's business and all that, I think that is where they need to work on. But truly, prophecies are there, you know. Nyakupon will keep telling his prophets his mind, and will keep telling his prophets what's about to happen or what has already happened. Right. But they should actually learn how to go about the whole situation and shouldn't use it for publicity stand, because then at the end of the day, you know, people will start thinking negative about you, you know. Right. So I feel like they should work on that. Yeah.
Oh, mommy, I can tell you, said, Nyankupon born you we see we. He speaks to us every day.
Oh yeah.
And not just pastors, not just prophetess. No. Me know try to see I can tell you something. Say, oh, oh, Miss Wunda, yo, and I said, Miss, yes, if I say words are powerful, remember, words are powerful. So if I say something good in your life, and because of words are powerful, and you take it in, it will work.
Oh yeah,
it will work. God speaks to us every day. I'm not talking about the Bible God though. Because
and what about the Bible God?
The Bible God is the one that I'm talking about the God that the God that we all.
Let me come closer and look at you well.
The real God, no, we cannot look for him. But the Bible God, no, we can look for him and our Bible. But the real God, no, we cannot look for him.
There is a difference between the God in the Bible and the God up there.
The real God. There's no God up there, but there's a real God that create all these things. All these things I think just come. So I believe that there is something there, but it's not in the book.
That's what you want to mean.
Say it again.
You believe there is a creator.
Yes, but it's not in the book. If we put God in the book, then we've limit God, though.
No, but it's just telling, it's just talking about him. It's just
You ask yourself, say, one pound God is just talking to that person that it will go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So what we are just saying is there is God. Because mommy, me yo boni sesia. Me yo boni sesia, I'm your number one devil.
Yeah.
And I'm your papa so me nyami pa nye black anka. So we are all gods in our own way. And we are all evil. We are all devil in our own way. Because yeah papa mo binu. Obi so try baby okada say akwa we boni awaye me pa. So listen, we should put all those things aside and live as human beings and act as human beings. That is my concept of God.
Don't forget, we have to set a date to talk about this thing very well. We have to talk about
the reason why me quite sorry pa. Me quite sorry. Not me quite sorry pa. But I came to realize certain things. Now it doesn't really.
But you can't let. You see, one thing is you can't let what people do.
I don't let nobody. Right now, I believe right now that we be some last because program be so, and obviously say, what do you believe in? And I say, what do you mean? I believe in my mind.
And who created you, Kra, from the beginning, no, Kra? Who created you?
We don't have to know the purpose.
Mind for you.
The purpose of me being alive, no, is for me to live the godly manner, and the godly manner is to do good to people around me, so that when I die, my name will still be on people's mouth.
Yeah, but there is more to that, though.
There's another theory say, oh, judgment day, we are not there. Nobody have gone there and come. America, America, Ghana. So we know that there is two places. And your Bible, and the said there is judgment day. Okay, that's fine. But when I get there, I have questions. And I believe I'll get some answers too.
Don't worry.
The purpose of me being here is to act right around, is to act right when people around me. Or is to act right when there is no people around me. What I'm trying to say is that people around me have to enjoy my presence in a good way, not in a bad way. So that when I'm not there, I will create some vacuum that they will try to fill. That is the God that we are. That is what God is.
So you see, this world in itself is a mystery. Okay.
Yeah.
And just like the Bible is coded. There's a lot of things in the Bible that is coded. Yeah. And we need the Spirit of God to actually decode those things in the Bible. And that's why Amaka said we have to find one time and talk about that. Normally, I don't like to, argue or
no, this is argument. This is teaching. We are teaching, we are learning.
Exactly. But you see,
also Spirit of God, right? It's in everybody.
But let me just say this. Last week, Sunday, right? My pastor was preaching about he says this life is spiritual. Okay. Right. This life is spiritual. You made mention of the Holy Spirit is in everybody. Okay. Right. So if the Holy Spirit is
I don't know about
everybody,
holy though. I know about spirit.
What did you say?
I don't know about holy. I know about spirit. Because when you say God, I know about spirit. Yeah. Okay.
Which spirit are you talking about?
I'm talking about good spirit. I don't know about holy though.
Oh, you said good spirit is in everybody.
Yeah. And bad spirit is in everybody as well.
Everybody has a good spirit, right? And everybody has a good side and a bad side. But when you come to the religious side, right? We the region. Let me say we.
Yeah, I mean, just say we.
You said so, like we believe in the Holy Spirit, and we believe that the Holy Spirit is actually our guider, like or guiding in terms of making choices and in terms of doing things. Okay, right. And if you are just like angels, everybody has their own angel. Like we were talking about, we have black and white angels, and so beyond an angel or an okay, and so the efika efika and our man who quite to be exposed to certain things that are not holy. Okay. And our man who quite say you are depriving God from your side. You get what I'm saying? And people would say, okay, fine. We all have, just like I say, you know, a good spirit. But when we talk about the Spirit of God, there are certain things you do to draw that thing closer to you. You cannot always be like continue to sin. And things say, okay, fine, you're going to have the Holy Spirit always. Yes. Also, Obama, but at the end of the day, you can always continue to do one thing, one way or the other. Papa, now what do you think your father would do? Your father will get angry. No, you get what I'm saying? So this whole world and this whole Bible thing is a mystery. It has codes that needs to be decoded, and that's why we ask the Holy Spirit. Even when we read the Bible, okay, we ask the Holy Spirit to actually come and interpret and teach us and take us deep, because Bible so we reading like we reading like a storybook, you will never understand anything out of it, because some of these things. I remember one time my husband actually asked me about a quotation. I've forgotten, but I think it was in John, somewhere like that. So when he asked the question, right, I was just sitting down there and I was just praying in my head. I said, God, give me the interpretation of this, this quotation. And the way my husband actually said it, he said it like literally, like just bare, okay, because that is how he read it, but it took a while for me to decode it to him, and it was really making sense. And after I did that, because he just put me on the edge, after I did that, I went back to do my research, and exactly what I said is what I found. You get what I'm saying? And right. There is two sides to every coin. It is who read the Bible and now one a straw. I want to say tree, but the tree is not coming. If you don't ask the Holy Spirit to actually interpret what you are reading to you, you will just read it and you will never understand it. And that is why people are having problems with the Bible, So there is more to this Bible thing, but yes, I agree with you. There are certain things that we have to use our common sense, use our minds, because even the Bible says that for lack of knowledge, my people perish. Well, it's what my say but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. We need the intervention of the Holy Spirit, and we need the intervention of God. in order to operate through this world. You know, so I agree with you. I'm not like saying you are totally wrong, but we have to talk about that for you to understand one point. That we say when are the other concepts? No, but we have to talk about that for you to get the other concepts and add to it.
Awesome history. What was that? I mean, our time is in about next 5 minutes. We're very happy up, but
oh yeah.
What was that? Mindset. Wow. Mind is a very, 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 very delicate and dangerous and amazing tool that the Creator put in our head. Adrian. And you know, if we don't utilize it very well, no. And I say, if we don't use it in a way, no, we will still look for the intervention and things like that you are saying, you know, to come and help us. But if we are using it right, and we are using it the way it's supposed to be used now, we really don't need any intervention. Because wow, you me as a person, no, I'm a full package, and God made me. You as a person, no, you are a full package. You have all the abilities, all the interventions that you are talking about. It's already in you. It's about you to switch it on, but we decide to turn it off and still look for some intervention from some spiritual, from some realm to make it work.
Pause there. Let me ask you this question: why do we go to school?
We go to school. Okay, we go to school to. I'll say there is knowledge and there is wisdom. We go to school to have knowledge, but not wisdom. Wisdom is natural. The wisdom I share. But knowledge is when I don't know how to use a computer, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do this. That's where you acquire knowledge. But wisdom is there.
Why do we have constitutions?
Why do we have what?
Constitutions.
To say a constitution to govern
for countries, yeah.
That is where wisdom kicks in. Because after you acquire knowledge, to know how to put all these things together, you need the wisdom to direct you to do the right things. Knowledge will not allow you to do the right things. Your wisdom allow you to do the right things. So people do bad in their own wisdom and good in their own wisdom. But knowledge is for all of us.
Okay, you made mention of saying, everybody is like, packed in our own knowledge, right? So is the president because they are humans. So is the ministers because they are humans. Why?
Only the reason why some of us we question the government and things like that, because they are not using their wisdom. They are using their knowledge. What they learn and they turn off their wisdom capacity instead of adding that to God. The wisdom is matter. He has no knowledge. Knowledge is knowledge. But wisdom is a precious thing. If you don't use it and you don't have it, I know that everybody have it, but if you don't turn it on and use it, no.
But Black, right? They will have that wisdom, right? And that's why I asked you why we have constitution. They will have that wisdom to do something, okay? But at the end of the day, constitution will prevent him from doing it.
That wisdom, the wisdom who created that constitution, and your knowledge.
No, but the constitution has been created by the constitution was already there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bible is there. I'm looking at it in that aspect, right? So every president that comes, right, or by an constitution.
Senya, The wisdom will tell him, say, this is not the way it's supposed to go. Let's do it this way. So we reshuffle the constitution and rewrite it. Something I catch another kufa, they say the best way to do certain things, they say air gracia in their knowledge, it sounds good for them. But here now Yefu say no, it's not good. No, we are using our wisdom to tell them, say no. Says us cannot do my way, my shall put them. Who did a choir and so this is how it works. So if Nana Akufo-Addo is another pennyphone, they are using their wisdom to build a nation for us now. Don't know says us cannot be man microphone or my school or my MPs or my lawyers. It doesn't make no sense. That money is too much. We need that money to put into something better. So I mean, this is sorry. I know that go red there. Let's find a day and talk about. I love this. I love the fact that we are. I mean, we can dialogue and understand certain things and good. Well, I say Bible itself, no. There's a lot of good stuff in the Bible. There's a lot of bad stuff in the Bible, but it all makes it so well for people to read and things like that. You can read ordinary.
I mean, it's normal because even for alpha textbook, even a normal textbook, so far as that,
there is good and bad.
There will be typo errors and things like that. So that is where I was talking about needing the intervention in order to decode exactly what you are reading and what you are seeing. But we will come to that.
The only intervention that we need is our wisdom. We need to. Africans have to start using their wisdom than their knowledge. Knowledge is acquired. Wisdom is already in you. Mami Tio, write this on your Facebook. Knowledge is acquired. You can acquire knowledge. You go school now on your knowledge. Wisdom is already part of you. It's about you, the human being, to switch it on or off. And when you switch it off,
and I'm also saying, even if you have the wisdom, you still need God, and you still.
All that God is trying to be. All that God is trying to say. These people have problems. I need to bring the Chinese to use their wisdom to take all our resources and take it back to their country because we are not using it. We are still looking for God to give us intervention after He has given us wisdom.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying, you are not understanding, right?
I understand.
when it comes to certain things, you need to apply your wisdom. But when it comes to understanding the Bible, you can. When you see common sense now, you will understand the Bible. That is where
common sense is a different ball game when it comes to wisdom. Common sense is just the little things that to say excuse me to say who can crime too. Your common sense tells you that is not no. Common sense just little things that everyday things that we do. Wisdom is different. Wisdom is the bracket, is the whole umbrella. And I'm telling you, people, white people and Chinese people than black people.
I can't hear you. You are breaking up.
I said, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I said white people, Chinese people, Indians, Arabians are using their God-given wisdom better than Africans.
Oh, yeah. What we say, when it comes to development, okay, you see, when it comes to this world, operating in this world, like, doing things, manufacturing things, that is where I agree with you. But when you say, like, the Bible was brought from the Bible, so you don't believe the Bible.
No. I mean, can't want them cry. Me, all them can't be cried. Bible, baby, I free buy you. Baby, I'm free buy you.
Where is the one just saying? You say you don't believe in the Bible God, but you believe that.
No, I don't believe. I don't believe in the Bible. Same thing Amika said, baby, I free buy you. Baby, I free buy you. Whatever it is, no, I don't believe that. What I believe is say, yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, the Bible is our guide. That is that. It's a busa that constitution. Nothing.
You
It's
say
our
the
guide.
Bible is our guide.
Oh yes, it's our guide. The reason why I make
Our
that sure
guide.
that
Okay.
and also, oh, you didn't hear me.
I thought you say it's our God. It's our
Oh
guide.
no, no, no,
Okay.
no, no. It's our guide. Oh, so question. So let me use this literal example, right? Some of the presidents, right? I wasn't there when they died. How did I get to know about them? It's through history. It's
Right.
through books. It's through
Right.
Saneman.
Right.
So the Bible is like a guide to us for us to know, say, those who came before us, what happened, what's gonna happen in front of us, and as a day, what do we have? So this whole thing is encompasses in the Bible, like it's inside the Bible for us to read to understand. You know, because without the Bible, we wouldn't know what happened like years ago.
Only the funny thing, I like the fact that you said that. Only the funny thing, and I will say this, and then we'll wrap this up. And then you can say something, then we'll wrap it up. But the funny thing is, you just said something, right? The past presidents, we never knew them, right?
Right.
But there is an history and things like that about them, so we get to know them. So that is what the Bible is, right? Is that what you're trying to say? Oh, I think so. Okay.
I don't know why this internet is doing that, but it's actually a fun.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
So you're saying, say, the past presidents or leaders, no, we didn't know them, but we got to know them through history. So that is what the Bible is all about. We didn't know about Jesus.
That is an example that I was giving you.
Okay. So the problem that I have, or the only thing that is I mean, it's so beautiful that you said that. When you say the likes of the Kwame Nkrumahs and then the world leaders, whatever, no, they've paved way to certain things that we are adding on to it.
Right.
But when you look at the Bible, there is nothing to add on to it.
Oh, there is.
So it doesn't make it so divine. It doesn't make it so. Listen, Enibie in the 18th century is different from Enibie ewo 2000 CCR. Enibie ewo Bible mu in the Bible, no. I'm asking, say, you need improvement via woman, like the miracles and all these things that went on in the Bible, no. There's no updates. And I say this because I can give you some updates in the natural man's wisdom, no. There's a lot of updates. And then I can start with the iPhones, right? iPhone 5, iPhone 6, iPhone. You can see the quality, the quality. I mean, every year, no, they're adding something to it. But the miracles in the Bible and things like that, no, there's no update. There's no. It really. God is still doing miracles, right?
Yeah.
But it's not in the Bible. We should throw that thing away. God is still speaking to people through their wisdom to build a better world for us. It's not about reading the book. The book is bracketed, it's sealed. There's no update on it. So, why we need an update? And that's all we need updates. The natural, will tell you, say, a plane. There's cars that doesn't have stereos at that time. Today, cars you can speak to a car and not starting in Yama. There's update. God still do miracles. Miracles are still be done through men by doing technology, phone. Right now we have small phones. I mean, these are all miracles. GPS is a miracle. But it's not in the Bible. And Amika said, we should stop the Bible thing and let's be realistic. Let's think let's think let's use our wisdom to think and start doing things for ourselves and stop the Bible thing. And to me, that's me.
Yeah, but also, if you look at it that way, and that is why I always say that we need the Holy Spirit to actually teach us and lead us. Okay. If you look at it that way, the world itself, it's different from, it's different from the Bible that we are reading. Okay, how do I put it for you to even understand? You see, our generation, right? Our generation, we are actually reading something. Okay, let me put it this way. Okay, but have you read the Bible? Like what take time I read it through 1 or 2 pages or anything like that?
Right.
So we saw where Jesus did a miracle, say or obi aneni efra oti neni, right? But say all beti neni no oti nteso gu form and odi ne nine odi nteso ne fra anya and odi ti neni, right? The cheese Christ is not even coming. But and then who does that? Nobody does that, right?
They are still doing it.
Okay, well, I haven't seen anybody do that.
Obinim is an angel. Obinim is an angel. Oh, shishi imba underwears ni nyamano. Mami, let's continue this. Let's continue this another time.
Different. But when they what's in the so out to form and or didn't the soda frania and or they asa obian. So that miracle is different from obi ekwakoshi obi pants. And that is why I say, is that person or kwaji obi pants, was it inspired by God or what was it inspired by? So you have to look into that. But coming back to the Bible thing, all right? I said so the Bible is like a history book for us to learn what is actually going on. That's just a half part of the purpose of the Bible.
Right.
It's yet to mean so everyone can say, okay, this is why the Bible was created, or we have to keep adding people, or we have to keep adding history to the Bible. Because that's what you wanted to mean. We have to add history to the Bible. But the Bible
I want an update. Any history update.
Update. What is going on in the world? We have to put it in the Bible.
Yeah. Mommy,
that's what you want to mean.
Mommy, I think my time time to go to work. Let's do this next week. Let's do this next week. So give us your last word and then we'll wrap the show up and then
set that date so that we can talk about this more.
Yeah. All right, people. Thank you so much for this is MaKaaMaKa. We just spit something out from our mind. This is if we say something that is not right, forgive us and then share the feed and then let's create a family. What's your last word and then we will call it.
My last word will always be yourself, stay safe, be okay, and thank you all for watching. A shout out to one of my brothers in Germany, actually my husband's friend in Germany was actually watching. So I'll shout out to you for coming up on the MaKaaMaKa show, and shout out to everybody who is actually watching as well. See you next time. Next week, actually, same time.
Same time. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye for now.
To advertise with us, donate sponsorships and suggestions, email us at trendafricatv@gmail.com or call us on 773-312-0318 or 773-756-6678. Remember to also follow and like us as Trend Africa TV on Facebook so you can always catch us live. On Instagram as Trend Africa TV 123